Hello and welcome to Chill Zone Gaming with me, Hansi. How are we all doing this evening? Hope you've had a good week so far. So, the return of Dungeons and Dragons at Dad's Island is back after a month of being out of the picture for holidays and various other reasons, illness, just other plans. So, we are back in the swing of it all after a month, so hopefully it will all go well. I'm going to jump into the chat with the guys and we will go from there. Hey up!
Oh,
No, actually,
look
no.
what the
It
cat
was
dragged
done
in.
Meow.
yesterday at 10 o'clock saying, hello!
Oh,
Hello.
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 Oh,
So, you have
God.
retreated from a building that
No.
had at least one vampire spawn in there and a series of bugbears in there. So you have now arrived at the inn.
Can I rephrase that? We didn't retreat. We ran away like little bitches.
Tactical
I
retreat.
refuse that. I say I just sat on the cart and you guys drove.
I
And
call it
I
a
thought we
tactical.
weren't going to the inn. We were going to the keep to do Hansy's thing.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I think we
I'm
were
not
actually
sure.
gonna. I think we were gonna go back. So I haven't decided what I want to do about going to the keep yet.
Alright.
I'm going to be 1 second.
Okay. Ooh, been an update to Roll20.
It looks slightly.
Better. The outlines are nicer.
And
It's like more
the
crisp.
the zoom in button looks different.
Yeah, that's what I said. Zoom in buttons.
Oh, it
Different.
actually has
They've-
buttons actually.
Yes, they've added some, and a percentage up at the top.
Oh wow.
Oh my god!
Oh,
This is life changing stuff.
fucking groundbreaking. Useful though. Quality of life. Say that.
Hear me!
Yeah, but now I also have high res monitor, it makes shit easier to.
Has Terry invested in his new monitor?
Yes, I have the LG IPS 1440 loveliness.
Nice.
1440. 1440 is good. I do like a 2K screen. The 1440?
Oh,
I
what?
get my resolutions mixed.
Okay.
How have you duplicated? Have you dragged yourself on again?
Who's duplicated?
Well, on
my
my
God.
screen.
Oh yeah, no, I've got.
All
Oh
of
my
you.
God!
That's the
Oh, no,
last
Kay
thing we
hasn't.
made.
And this
Yeah,
is how
because
it.
I'm smart and I grabbed my character from the left. All the rest of you idiots didn't.
I did.
No, I did, and then as soon as somebody said duplicated, I made just 4 more skullduggeries.
The 6 of you.
Yeah, that's the last thing the world
I thought
needs
that's what
is
the world wanted.
skullduggeries.
Yeah. Hello.
Air up. Oh, I just. Oh wait, I'm at the door. So we are at the Blue
Knock, knock.
Dragon, the Adventurers Inn.
Indeed. I'm looking through my notes because it's been ages since we've done anything.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Might be a bit of time just recap.
I have no clue.
I'm
I'm
here,
actually
that's
really
what I can tell you.
struggling. I'm actually really struggling to find any notes where I've written down where the likely source of your sword is going to be. I think
Isn't this pub the Barnabas?
No, this is the Blue
no,
Dragon.
the Barnabas was in Curfew.
Curfew!
This is the place where.
Yeah, I thought this was the texture for that one. The other one had
Nope. This is
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
definitely
Star.
no. This is definitely the Blue Dragon because this is where Dilly smashed Varys in the face with a tray whilst he was sat here.
Was the gambling table there before?
No, because the gambling table in Star wasn't there. It was in a separate pub, wasn't it? Because there was no gambling in the pub there. I had to go to
Okay.
the other bar.
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Wait, let me go back through the old footage. I could actually do that, but I really can't be asked.
Well, you're helpful.
I thought you were doing it, yeah. But
I mean, I can quickly.
let's have a
Yeah.
have a look on other.
We time traveled to the
sheets.
wrong bar, I believe.
Twitch.
I don't think I have any other bar on my list. So
Unless we reuse the texture.
That was 60.
To be honest,
when
it's a
was-
bar. I think we're all good.
I mean, this is true.
It's probably going to try.
All
let's
we're
try
gonna be doing is
60.
saying to that beady dude, "What the WTF with the vampire, yo, mofo?"
well, I do have 3 empty pages, so it might just be a case that they've removed some assets, and
be.
one of the bars was one of them.
Nope. Maybe it's this one.
Hmm.
So for now, we'll just stick with.
We're in a bar. It doesn't have a gambling room.
3 people going to the bar. They don't know where it are.
Ouch. Wait a second, that's a completely different joke.
Nope.
A blind man walks into a bar.
Woohoo! He says.
No.
That's DuckTales.
Ooh.
So, there he goes, woohoo! Because he got hit in the crotch.
Hey,
Yeah, you should get Annie playing D&D.
I don't think she's got.
it would never stop.
I don't
It
think
would
she
just
is.
be here's a quip.
Ooh.
It would never stop.
It would be
What
fun.
was never stop?
Okay, I've gone back through all the old footage, and I can't find any bar from when we came to this place.
Maybe we didn't have one.
Maybe we
No,
did.
there was a bar. Fix it
I can't even see most of your D&D videos. I think they've all been removed from your page.
Oh, what, on my Twitch page?
Yeah.
Oh no, I wouldn't have. I don't upload them onto Twitch anymore.
Are
'cause
they
of
on your YouTube?
You chubby, yeah.
You tubby. Who are you calling you tubby?
You
No,
tubby. You fat.
50.
Ooh,
I have
can
you
add a
know
custom
I'm
name.
average.
Tubby.
Average weight. Huh?
Yeah, I think we literally just had the castle, the picture of the drawn castle.
Yeah,
for-
we
for the
did
whole-
have the picture of the drawn castle for the entire time that we were walking around.
Oh,
Did I
okay.
imagine a bar then?
I think we imagined a bar.
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all, but for me anyway. But
Yeah,
Hey.
that entire 2 and a bit hour episode is a picture of a castle.
I think the first couple of them.
Seems fine to me.
Yep.
2 hours and 29 minutes of a picture of a castle. Fantastic.
Memorize it.
And then the 3-hour episode the next week, the first hour and a
It's-
half of it was also a picture of a castle.
Well, guys, you had a little bit of a recap of previous episodes.
A lot of
I know
castle.
what's going on.
Anyway,
I can make
Right.
one image go a long way.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Although
That's
one of the
what
videos I looked
she
at,
said.
I was just skipping through it, and then the last thing before I came off the video was Terry going, "Are you calling me a liar?"
Yeah, I did
Yes!
not appreciate that a lot.
Wait,
And then-
who's a liar? Who's a liar? Who lied? Who lied? Who lied?
We'll never know.
Actually, that's one of the images that's missing off my thing. I don't have the picture of the castle anymore.
Oh no!
No.
What are we gonna do? Who's moving? the
I
one?
think we'll be fine.
I'm not sure.
About.
On.
I don't know. Anything, really.
Okay.
There's a lot of different things. I'm just not too sure, honestly.
No,
That's
this
fair.
is not the time or the place to have an emotional breakdown.
Live on.
So, Mr. Blue was a doddery old man. He sent you northwest of the town. He was an
Treason.
influencer of the town. Items to be returned from the house: dwarven tankards, elven tapestry, some furs,
That's right.
and he also owns some of the surrounding farms.
That's correct. Yes.
Isn't there tapestry in the room with the dormant bow bears that someone woke up?
Yep.
Yeah, that weren't going to wake up until I threw a rock.
Oh,
No,
it
wasn't
was- it
until
was
you,
Hansi, I
until
think.
someone blasted them because they were scared.
Yeah.
See you going in there.
because
Yeah, but you didn't have to attack the bear. You preemptively attacked.
Either way,
it. Didn't have to.
I
We've
had
already run away like little bitches.
Yep.
We're
We
back in a
didn't even
bar,
get a
and we're
chance.
gonna come in and beat up Mr. Blue because he's a little cunt or whatever the fuck it was.
Well,
No,
that's what
no,
you
that's
said you were gonna do. I don't particularly want to start trouble.
Oh. Oh yeah,
How
I'm,
about we
I'm meant
just
to be a
surround him
pacifist.
and
Shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Stan.
Mr. Pacifist, you need to be more pacifistic.
I temporarily forgot about that character trait, right?
it's a 1 month of not playing. You forgot what your character was like. It's fine. It happens.
What time of day is it?
Come on.
That's a good question.
I think it was around midday when you hightailed it away from the thing. So
That's like
let's
5
just
hours.
say a couple of hours. No, it wasn't 5 hours. I don't think.
No, I think it was
But-
only a few hours to get
Where-
Yeah.
where
So
is this?
you're like afternoon.
mid-afternoon, late afternoon.
Yeah, it's time to start drinking.
Okay, beer.
Don't tempt me. I've gone 22 days without a beer.
We meant in game, not IRL.
I mean that's fine, Kay, because your character can have tea, or you can have monkey water.
Oh god, not this again.
No!
No, we're not going there again.
Why are we not getting the monkey water? What is so wrong with it?
Just
Right,
Anyway,
do you want the monkey water or not?
I don't know.
You
it's
fucking
gone
racist.
Midday. It's gone midday, so I'm gonna have to say the caffeine no. Well, not that strong a caffeine. I take the tea.
why don't you take your chances with Dilly again? You do really well with her.
Nah, I think I burnt that bridge.
Gwen Stefani? What?
Huh?
Actually, no, I'm not even gonna ask the question. Just continue.
I'm confused as well. What's going on?
Who moved the table?
Me. I actually moved the room, not the table.
Yeah, you broke it.
Why are you moving stuff?
Why not?
For God's sake, it's worse. It's worse than when he's in Tabletop Simulator. Must touch everything.
Well, at least I don't do it in public, Hansy.
What, touch tables?
Yes.
Alright, now I'm confused. Hang on. Wait, what? Hang on, touch tables. Do I touch tables? When do I touch tables? When do
Moving swiftly on.
While my brain is trying to rack the... It's a shame webcam isn't on, because you'll just be able to literally see the cogs turning.
I've forgotten how to D&D.
I forgot how to D&D.
Terry, what are you doing to that poor table?
Still going on it.
Well, I grouped it, and it's now actually doing some seriously weird shit.
How about now?
The
Why
table's-
is Stan messing about with stuff when it only should be Terry being able to do that?
He's just making it worse on purpose.
So, we're at the bar.
No,
So
Try to
where's this
actually put it-
beardy beard? Where's this beardy dude?
Which
You
bit
need
did
to
it?
have a long. You
Oh
don't.
yeah, we were looking for Mr. Blue.
Aye.
Mr. Bluebeard.
Blue Monday.
Blue
No.
So,
Bluebeard.
Mr. Blue, it's
Good talk.
afternoon.
Is he here? Or shall I get a round of
Hmm.
drinks in for all of us?
I don't think he's here at the moment.
Well, why not? Isn't he
Well,
like
then,
the
it's a
alcoholic
good
regular?
excuse.
No, that's us.
Alright, okay. Well, I think that's a good excuse to get a drink and wait for him to turn up.
I was just trying to say that, asshole.
I know.
I love how we've probably got like a month's worth of like, you know, arguments to get
Oh,
to get through
God.
this evening.
Well, none of us have really been online much since Christmas.
Every time I come online, you guys aren't even on. And then I gotta leave, and you guys
Yeah.
suddenly appear. It's like, oh, for God's sake.
How do you know we're there if you've already gone?
I said, as
Anyway,
I'm about to leave,
Right,
you guys
are we
appear.
getting some drinks and sitting down, or are we doing something else?
Yeah, I offered to buy you guys a drink to say thank you for your assistance.
I'll say, yeah, you know, go on.
What's your
I
poison?
just slam my whatever
Don't.
thing down on the thing saying, beer!
Okay, Tree Man wants a
Beer.
beer. 2 beers?
Okay.
Three man is having
Let me
withdrawal
get my
symptoms.
dice.
What?
You were aggressive. You've hit the table. You damaged.
Oh, no.
God fucking damn it, Ken.
I damaged nothing. It was a nice gentle tap.
You
saying,
said
turns
you
out-
slammed your hand on the
It
table.
turns out the bar is a mimic. He is
No.
now grappled.
The Drakes have come back. The Drakes followed us.
Stop giving Terry ideas.
It's the bit where we look
So,
over.
okay, so you did it. So,
Oh, for God's.
do you want odds or evens?
Evens.
You do remember, Kay, that your character is classed as a large creature. Or a medium.
Oh, it's an odd. You don't get Dilly behind the bar.
Dilly
It is-
dilly.
Oh no! Not Mr. Oh dear.
So you get
Mr. Scale.
Mr. Scales,
Oh Christ.
halfling barbarian, ripped as fuck.
Oh, that's right. I've got it in my notes, ripped as fuck.
But surely he would just well, take one look at me again.
Oh yeah, he completely ignores you. It's fine.
I've got Dilly as the half-orc, beautiful yet ripped barmaid.
Oh yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd probably take one look at me, go shake her head, and say, "Bastard, piss off."
Yay, head
Oh,
guard. mark it.
I got the feeling you might not want to meet Dilly at the moment.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly, Dilly!
Dilly dilly.
Marcus, try hard.
I forget which.
Bird light.
Oh, is it Bud Light? Yeah, I was wondering if it was Bud.
Bud Lightyear to the rescue!
That'll be Hansy's next copyright strike. Dilly, Dilly!
Dilly dilly.
I'm sure saying dilly dilly is fine. I'll find out when. I'll let you guys know when I upload the video. So yeah, I order a beer for each of the guys and some wine for myself.
Aye.
Ooh.
As I step up to the bar, I see Mr. Scales there. And say, good afternoon, Mr. Scales.
So, hello, Pixie, is it? How's it going? How was your adventure?
It is Pixie, thanks!
Could have gone better.
How much
Yeah.
health aren't I on? Ah.
Yeah, no, I looked at my health as soon as I loaded up, and it was not pretty.
No, it's not the number I wanted it to be.
Which is
I mean, you could have had a short rest on your cart ride back to town.
True, we could have used a
What the hell?
Oh no, I could. I'd have been driving the car.
Well,
Oh,
I think
well.
I was the one who animal handled us into a motion because I think you failed it on your one.
No, you failed it on yours. I then got.
I feel like I need to go back to the footage.
There we go. Animal handling.
Yeah, you can just check like the chat window.
Roll these. Lunatari rolled a 7. Varus rolled an 11.
Oh, maybe it was Varus that got the.
I rolled a 9.
Chances are, Varus was the one controlling the cart.
So...
At least to begin with.
Oh well.
Oh no,
They
I had to
started
get. Didn't I use my Bard of Inspiration and it gave me the +6, which gave it. Enough.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, you rolled a nat 6 on the Bardic, didn't you?
Yep, and then Terry said that was
Aye.
enough. But anyway.
So-
I still don't give a fuck. All of you could have had a short rest on the way back.
Okay.
Well,
Short rest
Well-
is nothing for me, so. It's
I
a
mean,
quick
we're
snooze.
we're back in a nice, comfy inn, so.
I mean, I don't think I've used my 3 days yet, so I've still got like a day and a night at least in the hotel. 3? Or at least 2 nights?
I
I think we had one in the edge.
Yeah, we've had one already. So you still got 2 nights still.
Yeah, you're right.
So I just say to Mr. Scales that yeah, it didn't go as well as we wanted. So I think some drinks are in order. If I could get 2 beers for my colleagues here and some wine for myself.
Oh, we're colleagues now. How official.
Well, when you survive a fight like that, you get 'em. status.
Yeah, he'll dig everything out from behind the bar, ply you with drink.
How much?
Nice.
How,
Sort of like you
maybe.
hear him like striking up conversation with some other patrons, going, "Oh yeah, and he just come back from a they just come back from an adventure. That's why they're looking a bit like worse for wear."
ragged.
I'm looking just fine.
He's
Not
he's
with
trying
my.
to like he's trying to play down the fact that you're lower in the tone of his bar.
Oh.
You see
His
people
his
you
bar
see
had a
people
high
going.
It's an adventurer's bar. Don't put adventurers. Fucking. I'm gonna go sit down because otherwise I'm gonna lose my rag at this man.
What?
You
Well,
just
we'll
go,
talk about
I
that
love how you
character.
said, I'm going to go sit down, and you plonked yourself right in the middle of the table. It's like, yeah, I'm going to lie here and contemplate my life.
This table
You
looks fine.
okay there, Skull?
I'll
Everyone's
tell you what,
switching
Are you
tables.
okay?
You lie in the middle of the table, whilst whilst Mr. Scales is walking around. He literally just grabs hold of like your trouser leg.
I'm not lying on the table.
In one swift movement, literally pulls you into a sitting position on the seat,
I missed.
and then just carries on doing what he's
I
doing.
just missed the chair.
Said every drunk. Even I've said that.
Really?
I've never,
God,
like,
yeah.
I've never said that.
It hurt a lot. I smacked
I've
the
said
back of
some
my head on
pretty
the windowsill.
stupid shit.
I
but
could
I've
kind
never
of
said
feel
I
like-
just missed the chair.
I kind of feel
You
like
know-
Stan would just openly admit, yeah, I was just going to lie on the table, and what?
Yeah, no, I totally.
Wait,
feel
are
like-
we talking about real life experiences or D&D
Yes.
experiences? 'Cause I'm
Real
like,
life experience for me.
Yeah, same. I'd just be like, I'm lying down here now.
bunch of alcoholics.
You know how like they run the carpet?
Alright,
like,
Mr.
a
Saint,
foot up
I'm
the
taking
wall?
part of Dry January.
I'm not taking part of Dry January for that reason. I just did it for my own personal reason. I have you
So-
know.
So you know, in some places they run the carpet like a foot up the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, so it was a reasonably dark pub, and I'd had a few pints.
Did you try and climb up the wall?
This was extra stupid. I
Okay.
mean, I'd had a few pints. I don't remember exactly how many. I was in my teens.
Enough.
So I saw this thing that looked to me like a bench. I moved the stool out of the way of the bench, and then tried to sit on the bench, which didn't exist.
Oh no.
Oh, dear.
Smacked my head, the back of my head on the. They had like a slate windowsill.
Ooh.
I still have like the nodule in the back of my skull where I smacked the back of my head on the
Ow.
slate.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was the problem. Is like a few seconds after I did it, I realized exactly what I had done. I was like,
dear.
what the fuck?
Nothing like a smack on the head to make you sober a bit.
That's
I,
how when
I don't
cracked.
think that sobered me up.
Some say it's a sobering experience. Others say it's just a knock on the head.
So we're all sat down. How much do I owe for the drinks, by the way?
He's running a tab. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay, that's cool. Well,
Hope you're rich.
He'll give you a bill at the end.
okay. So we're all sat at the table. I kind of just like. So that could have gone better.
Yeah, we could have, got some tapestries.
As I said before, I didn't see you going in to go fetch them.
You didn't give me a chance.
Bollocks.
That's what they all say.
I
Mm.
definitely say I think I don't want to see a vampire again.
You sure?
I
Didn't
just
like it, did
I
you?
just
I
thought
don't
that-
know. She was kind of cute.
She also thought you were a simpleton, but
Yeah, she did bite me, but I mean,
in a playful way.
I mean, she's just an excellent judge of character. She thought Skull was a simple.
I'm a fucking snack. What you saying?
I just want to have this feeling that I just look around the bar and I just see the vampire sat at a different table just going, "Ew," and be like, oh, fuck, she's back.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
No,
Oh, wait,
that's
wait,
something I
wait.
haven't.
Can I do a quick perception check to see if she's in the bar?
Of course you can.
Paranoia kicks in.
Fucking damn it.
Everywhere I turn, I see her.
You don't see her.
Okay, cool.
Pixie,
Ed-
would you roll a perception, please?
Yes, of course.
With disadvantage.
Why disadvantage?
Because you're a
Because
child.
I said so.
What am I even perception for?
Yeah, you might be under a spell.
Where is perception? Oh wait, hang on. Let me just hit disadvantage first.
Also, remember, my character can sense magic as well, so I can sense if they're hiding in magic.
A tree.
At least you can see a tree in this bar. That's how.
Great,
That-
I'm
that's a
hallucinating.
That's a fantastic roll.
Or
Yes,
4-3.
you keep thinking you see one of the vampires in there, or the vampire.
I was going to say there was only one as far as I remember. Well,
Oh,
oh dear. That one.
I didn't even want to look for the fucking vampire.
Nor
I just
did
assumed
I.
Kira was gonna tell me that I was doing it, so I
Wait, you are the vampire.
see fucking nothing.
Yeah,
I
Pixie
was only saying it
skull.
because Lunatari is paranoid,
Why am I
Oh, right,
paranoid?
okay.
as mentioned by his own character, as mentioned by him being paranoid about it.
Let's
So
just
yes.
completely ignore that roll then, because I don't give a shit if there's a vampire in here.
Oh, you're hoping you do see her. I think. You definitely seem
Yeah.
to be flirting with the idea
I know.
that she was quite
There's
cute.
a
So.
possible romance on the horizon there.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
I
I mean, she
forgot.
did stab me,
At
but
least you always stay young.
apart from that,
I mean, it's a
Well,
kink.
We don't
I mean,
know how
it's-
well.
Hmm.
We don't really know what's under the mask, so he could be old for all we know.
that could be.
No one knows.
I do.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
Actually,
you would know.
DM does know. So,
Fantastic. Yeah.
Okay, so
Time passes.
time. Okay, time passes. Are you drinking anymore?
No,
How about the
Only
red?
one round?
I'll have a lemonade, thanks.
did they have lemonade back in like? I assume they have.
They probably have
some.
soft lemonade, lemon
Um,
water.
They can
Soft
have.
lemonade.
They can have like.
They'd have
fruit
flavored waters. Yeah.
I can't. I
They
can't.
had squash.
Juice.
Robinson.
In some ways, I don't want to say it
Your
because it's
juice.
extremely sexist. But at the same time, I kind of want to do an Al Murray and go, and a soft drink for the ladies.
The
No,
lady.
it's a white wine for the ladies.
Oh, spritzer, wasn't it? Or what? Something like
White
a
wine
white wine
spritzer,
spritzer.
nice.
Something like that. Yeah. But no, they have soft drinks for anyone who can't handle their drink.
Oh,
I will order.
Hail to the ale!
I'll order another wine for myself.
well.
So you're on your second bottle of wine, all right?
Bottle?
Yeah.
I didn't
You said
specify.
bottle.
I just said.
Yeah,
It
ale.
was not like
glass.
glass either.
Specified glass.
Okay.
I'm taking it easy. I'm taking the night off.
Well, it's just to buy the bottle, which one just get a bottle to begin with. That makes sense.
Surely it's
Don't
cheaper
have
to
to
buy a
drink.
bottle than to buy several glasses.
Well, generally,
Oh,
you
come on
don't
now.
have to drink it all.
Well,
it might
yeah,
be. He'll find out when the bill comes in.
Yeah,
Who's Bill?
mine. Well, I paid for the first round.
That's
then-
the person that he's paid. Sorry, she's paid for the night.
Uh-huh.
Not a science guy then.
No, not Bill Nye.
The science guy.
You say not, but why not?
I suppose it's her fantasy.
Bill and I could be like currently bathing out the back, getting ready to go up to Lunatari's room. Hang on, aren't you sharing a room?
Us? No.
I've got individuals.
Yeah.
I
sorry,
don't
that-
share my room with these
In that
peasants.
in that case, Bill Nye is out the back bathing, getting ready to go up to Lunatari's room.
But Sarah's getting lucky tonight.
He's got a thing for pixies, apparently.
Where is
Also, the idea of royalty has piqued his interest.
Royalty hasn't been proven.
Just
Princess Pixie.
Oh no, I do apologise.
why
It
does
name,
this
yes.
mod exist?
I actually have no idea what's going on anymore.
Well, basically, you better get yourself ready because you're going to have a night of fun with Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Okay.
And I
He's going to tell
found
you lots of things about
yeah.
planets and, sciencey stuff.
Sciencey stuff.
I found a mod for Morrowind that just adds seagulls. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
Who's Thingy DeGrasse? I mean, he
Neil
would
deGrasse
he'd be the guy
Fine,
with
DeGrasse.
Tyson.
he'd be the one talking planets, wouldn't he?
Bill Nye does
he
planets
goes-
too.
he
Neil
goes
deGrasse
pretty much
goes off fucking off on one a lot of the time.
I mean, you never know.
Planetary space science. He generally does most of it.
But
How much money has Pixie put down?
Put down for what?
Bill Nye, the science guy.
What did he put down? The what's his name's already put it on the bill.
That's all right.
I'm only getting billed for what I have asked for.
You asked for Bill Nye,
I
the science guy.
at no point have I
No,
mentioned
you
his name.
I heard Hansi say, "Can I please have Bill Nye the Science Guy as my male escort for this evening?"
Let me read back.
That exact
Let me go.
same-
But let me watch back the footage. So, how much time has passed already, and is there any sign of Mr. Blue?
Well, you know, Mr. Blue is staying here.
Can
Oh,
I
okay.
go knock on?
Let's say.
I thought you was
so
just-
you know, like, a couple of hours has passed. It's not really evening yet. It's just
Still.
later afternoon. You're still talking like 5-6 o'clock.
Okay.
There are other. I can't remember now. Yeah, I think. Was there other establishments in the town? I don't know.
There was another pub that did gambling. There was a general store that did
Gambling.
main maracas.
Oh yeah. Yeah, do maracas.
Well,
Got my other
what are his
maraca.
specialty?
Maracas or maraca?
I've got to go pick up my other maraca in a couple of days.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah, I've got Stan's shopping list here, but there's
I mean,
there's
he's
nothing
a
in it.
man of good. He's a man of good standing, so there's a good chance he's spending time with other people of good standing.
Mr. Blue.
Mm,
Yeah.
Good standing.
Doesn't have very
That's
much
really
good
much in our
standing,
opinion, right?
He
Sorry.
might not have good standing with you, but he is a wealthy landowner who's
was
only
gonna
staying
say.
here because of the current situation.
Wealthy
Ah,
landowner,
yeah.
of vampire land.
Break his fucking legs is what I'm gonna mean.
Skull, relax. We're not here to do such villainous things.
Why not?
Because you're a
At
pacifist.
least,
Oh, for fuck's sake!
You made it.
Whose idea was it for my character to be a pacifist?
Yours.
Fucking hell.
it is yourself to blame.
Well, as per usual, only myself to blame yet.
I just said that.
I mean, you can always
Change.
rescind on that. That's
Well,
fine.
as I said,
There's no law against
we'll
it.
see. We'll see where the story takes us. My character may have a breaking point at some point and go, actually, no.
I think
maybe
he already.
somewhere
I think he
around
already
about-
has.
Around about level 8, where we multi-class and I become a one single-handed killing machine.
You think
Put a
we're
path
gonna
there.
get up to level 8 with Terry attempting to kill us all?
He's not attempting to kill us all, just Hansi.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's a mutual killing for
To
everybody.
be honest, I completely.
Anyway,
I completely
um,
understand if that was what Terry was trying
Do
to
we want to do anything else, or shall we pass more time drinking?
More time drinking.
Okay, right, well, I put
Okay, so you pass more time drinking. What are you drinking?
a lemonade, please.
Well, I might go pay off my tab for what has already been purchased because I'm not paying for the whole night.
No, I'll pay my own lemonade.
No, you get
I don't have the price sheet up in front of me, so you know it's just.
Or water, at which point I'm taking it's probably free.
I think it was
no,
quite.
no. You get charged extra for water. I mean,
Okay.
that means he has to fucking go out and do shit like the ale and the wine. That's all to hand. Like no one drinks freaking water. Water's extra effort.
Oh, can I go
you
get
want
my
to
own
like-
water?
Yeah,
Can I just go to the shop and buy a bottle of water?
you can go out to like the trough in the stables and just.
No, I want to go to the shop. I need to check on my maraca anyway. I'll tell them that I'll be back in like half an hour.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go to the shop. Anybody need anything? Packet of crisps, some beef jerky,
Cornetto.
cornetto. Good reference.
Cream in this day and age.
Okay.
Okay, you want anything from the shop?
Pack of fags.
Mm,
Are you literally going to the shop?
No, in real life. In Skullduggery is
in
going to
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Skullduggery is going to the shop. If
Okay,
anybody
so-
wants anything.
Yeah. All right. Well, the cornetto.
Yep.
Is what can you use to make a cone? It is
Oh,
like
no. A wafer thin mint.
it's like a stale bread cone.
It's just
and then in
corn,
and
isn't
then
it? But
inside of that cone, you have like soft bread but soaked in milk.
Oh.
And I mean, it's late in the day for the convenience shop, so you know that milk is starting to turn. So you
So
know,
it's going to
you-
curdle and
so you get
become.
it. So you get it as like a discount price. They're like half price.
right.
And then
Couldn't it just be like a scone base with cream and jam? It's cornetto. Same shit.
no, because I like scones and I want this to not be nice.
Okay, so I've picked up my cornetto.
And what did you want?
I wanted bottle of water and to check on my maraca.
You can't check on the Maraca. That store is closed.
What time is it? We already
It's like
passed.
late. It's like
It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we
No,
tried.
and
Oh
then
no, you got 2 rounds.
I said it was
Okay,
like
yeah,
5,
yeah,
6
okay.
o'clock.
That's fine, that's
so,
fine.
So you go wandering out, and like the store that's building your.
That's fine.
Maraca
Okay,
is-
so I've got a
that one's-
cornetto, and I just want a bottle of water. And when I say bottle, I mean botter, because you know, botter. It's
What's a bottle?
a botter bag is a leather pouch used for containing water while storing liquid.
Oh, excellent. Oh, in that case, yeah, you can have one of those.
Exactly. A
I
botter
mean,
of water.
unfortunately, due to the fact that it is a leather pouch and it's had to be worked and whatnot, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm buying the actual
Okay.
bottle bag because I need a second one anyway. So
Cool. So you're probably talking what a couple of silvers for your botter bag, and then
Yeah.
like a couple of bronze for your cornetto.
call it, yeah. So not one of those or 8 and 6. There we go. 2 silvers, 2 coppers. Did Kay want anything? I can't remember. I'll look around the shop. What is there anything on the discount rack? You know, late night shopping is fantastic.
I'm actually picturing all of this in my head, and it's amusing me.
Trying to think what it could be. Like you can have like the discount bread, like
I mean,
it's
discount like meat.
there's some
It's just
like
jerky or something.
slightly green looking like dried pork.
Sounds good.
Again, just like a couple of coppers.
Around 4 coppers. Okay, that's fine. I'll go back to the bar.
Okay.
The
What,
meat.
what have
meat-
you guys done since he's been shopping?
I've just been sat there contemplating.
Fair.
Wait, what were we meant to be seeing here? Doing stuff? I'm just sitting there sipping the beer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sipping
It's
the
fine.
ale.
Is this Terry? Is this? I can't remember if it's this place that had the baths out the back, or if it was the first town.
That was the
we
first
First
one.
one.
It was the
obviously.
first one.
The one with the gambling room that's now disappeared.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I'll
I
turn
was
up.
pissed off of all that shit moving around. It had to go.
I'll turn up and I'll give Hansi Lunatari her cornetto. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Just one cornetto. I've got it for you.
Give it to Pixie.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh, crisps in D&D. Should have bought crisps.
Some pork scratchings.
I was about to say, do they have pork scratchings at the bar?
Yeah, why not? I just feel that's something that would have
Would have actually existed, yeah. It's just like
yeah,
dried up pork.
I think it probably would do. It's just salted pork rind, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
I'll do that on my way back to the table. I'll go to the bar and see if they've got any pork scratchings.
Yeah, a couple of coppers. You know. I would imagine most stuff that you're not buying large quantities of is just going to be
Couple coppers. It's like 50p a pound.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'll take the pork scratchings down to the table. Open up the kind of paper satchel that they're in. Or I don't know if you buy them in a dish here.
Yeah, I reckon you'd probably just get like half a handful in a bowl. Like they just
Yeah.
scoop them up. Go here.
Yep. So I'll take the bowl back to the table and plonk them in the middle. Give Lunitari their cornetto.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure. I'm clearly judging your choice of refreshment.
The fact that it actually exists in this is
sort of-
amazement to me in itself.
I'll sort of grunt towards Varys and
Give him his green meat.
I'll just sort of indicate that the pork scratchings are to share.
What? So you're looking at the big guy thinking he's gonna lug it all in one gulp?
No, I'm just saying if you'd like one, you can. But if you're gonna be like that about it,
I love it how
Because
Skullduggery actually is doing something nice and Varys has instantly has gone on the defensive. Are you sure you're not the
No,
pacifist?
it's simply a case of
Oh my god, if
the
you
way
two
he
had a role
suggested
swap.
it.
ugh.
made it
Anyway.
seem like he was trying to suggest that the Varys.
I'm not. I wasn't saying anything about your weight, lard ass. Just do you want some pork scratchings? Or
Lord. Damn robot. Robot!
I mean, you're furball guy.
Well,
So I'd probably
if you
just
don't act like it.
rather than a lard ass, he's probably just a fluffy butt.
Fluffy butt.
Fluffy butt. What the fuck?
Oh, brilliant. So, I guess we just wait for Mr. Blue to return.
So you guys can spend another like hour arguing,
You
and
weren't
then
arguing.
okay, bantering, bickering, however you want to describe it.
I'd have gone for another B word, but yeah,
Bitching.
bitching.
I was calling it bantering, you know. Everything was said with a smile.
All of the above. Anyway,
I mean, I just said thank you for my cornetto and haven't actually said anything yet.
shut up, Pixie.
Oh.
Okay, we wait another.
So you can wait like an hour, and then Mr. Blue will turn up with two delightfully like young ladies on his arm.
And Bill Nye in close.
For fuck's sake.
Oh no! By now, Bill Nye is stretched out on Lunitari's bed.
Oh, hold it.
He's
Waiting
just up,
for her.
It's a good
yeah,
thing
he's just up there waiting.
It's a good thing I got mature content on here.
Why? You haven't done anything yet.
Hey,
I mean, why do you think he's going to need to be mature content? He could sit there and, you know, teach you about science, you know, and how to save the world. You've not seen Netflix? Bill Nye Saves the World?
I have not actually. I have never watched this show.
It's pretty good, you know, informative.
Anyway, Mr.
Moving
Blue's here.
swiftly on.
Don't know if you guys have noticed, but he's here. Cough, cough.
You okay there? You need some.
You got
It's
put
why.
scratching stuck in your throat.
So let's
Fear.
see how he deals with this.
Ooh.
Oh shit! I was hoping it wasn't going to go that way. So yes, he doesn't really pay any attention to you. he goes and sits down at like table over here. Girl, he sits like there. Girl either side of him. They're all chatting.
Okay.
Mr. Scales and Dilly is out there serving them both like
Dilly
food and
Dilly.
things. Yeah, Dilly, she's there.
One of these
So,
days you're gonna shout it out loud, and she's gonna come out saying, "What?"
So yeah, he's serving drinks, she's serving food. Yeah.
Okay.
So who's gonna go up to him first?
I mean, I might as well, since I'm the one who got us involved
No,
in
no,
this.
no. I want the angry pacifist to go up to him first.
I mean, I am the negotiator, so we'll toss a coin for it.
Toss a coin to your witcher, huh?
Uh-huh. Okay. I'll be right. Choose a number between 1 and 3k.
2.
Hansy, choose a number between 1 or 3.
3.
Fuck.
It is the angry pacifist.
I've got a 3-sided coin here. We don't question.
Does he do it as an angry pacifist or as a pacifist?
I guess that's up to him.
I thought that was dice to decide.
Okay, so evens, I kick the chair out and make a scene.
No.
Odds, I don't do that and I just get up calm. Oh look, it's odd. Right, okay, I get up calmly.
I literally, Lunatari just lets out a really, like, big sigh of relief.
Wait. Roll 1d1.
Shut up!
That was the joke, eh?
Wait
Wait
a
a second.
second.
So I'll get up and I will
Fine.
is it supposed to be sat at a table?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to sup.
Hello, dear fellow.
We got the goods. Well, one of the goods. The other ones,
Well.
yeah. It went a bit downhill after we got the first goods. I mean, it went a bit downhill before we got the first goods. Yes, there was a vampire virus.
It went downhill after you got in the house?
So we got in the house, and it was fine. And then we were looking around, and we went upstairs, and we found the furs in the room.
Well,
like you said.
surely the journey was the difficult part of this small quest.
The journey? No, the journey was
The journey-
relatively peaceful. Nothing on the roads. It was only yes,
Then I am confused. How come you weren't able to get all the items?
well, we ran into the
The Drake.
slight issue of the vampire that appears to be living in your house.
Don't forget the mimics.
An invited vampire.
We had 2 mimics
Don't
as well.
suppose you knew anything about that?
No. Do I look
One
like I've been bitten by vampires?
No.
I don't have vampires in my house. Were you able to dispatch the vampire?
The vampire did a good job of dispatching us, per se.
It
He
did
kind
get
of
scared
peers
off.
around you and looks at the other two. Yeah. You both seem to be there, or you all seem to be there. You look alright.
Well,
I've seen better
we're
days.
here and we're in one piece, so that's what matters. And
thanks to you.
we did get your furs, but unfortunately we were unable to acquire the tapestries. And the tankards were also unobtainable. Don't suppose you knew anything about any bugbears in your residence either.
Oh, I should have warned you about the bugbears.
Are they bugbears or
They're
owlbears?
my.
Should have warned us
They're-
about the
sorry,
bugbears.
owlbears. Yeah.
Well, they were
Owlbears, I can't remember.
headbear.
Oh yeah, I should have warned you about the owlbears. They're kind of like my security system.
Wait, what?
Ah. So
I mean, so long as you didn't attack them, they would have been fine.
yeah.
I mean, because I wasn't there to give the command word to attack, so they would have been sat in purely in a defensive mode.
What kind of
Oh,
security is that?
Latooni going.
Hold up,
"I'm
hold
outraged."
up, hold
What?
up. I'll say to
What?
him,
Just
well,
looking at the
they
Latooni
must have
dialogue.
already been set to attack mode for some reason. I don't know who by or what by, but they were aggressive from the get-go. We had no choice but to flee.
That's strange because in defense mode they'll only attack if they are attacked first.
Well,
Mhm.
it could have had something to do with the, as I said, the slight issue with the vampire living in your house, which you never did answer whether you knew how it got in there.
Again, I did say like no, I wasn't aware of any vampires in my house.
Do an insight to that one, please.
Sure,
Ooh.
you believe him to be telling the truth.
Nice. No, it's
Okay.
because he said he wasn't bitten the first time.
Yeah.
So in my head, he sort of dodged the question, so I repeated the question. That's all that was.
Ask him about the mimics.
No, the mimics is probably something to do with the. All right, fair enough. Well, yeah, there is one. We may try again to obtain your things. You're obviously here for a while, so I can imagine it won't be an issue if we bring them back to you at a later stage. As long as
Indeed, I am here as long as this siege of demons continues.
I would say
Yeah, good luck
ideal,
getting a vampire
but
in the
that
house.
seems to be the wrong words in this situation. As I said, there is some good news. We did, however, collect the furs for you. It's more than nothing, I suppose.
Fantastic. And where are my furs?
I was about to say we have them in a secure location. Sounds like we're keeping them hostage. They're currently being held with the rest of our, well, with some of our belongings in the stables in our private carriage.
Oh, okay. Well, if you could bring them here, I'm sure Dilly will take them to my room for me. So that would be fantastic.
I'll
Shall I go
see what I
fetch?
can get done about that. We'll have them to you at some point. And with that,
I bid you adieu.
I said, is there anything else yourself?
No, if you are willing to go back at some point and try again for the tankards and the tapestry, I would be very appreciative.
And that's a point. If we are to go back, I don't suppose you could tell me the word to get your owlbears to step down in case they're still
Agitate.
aggressive towards us if we do go back.
Well, so long as you didn't attack them, they should be fine. So
They should be pacified. Okay. Well,
Mhm.
we'll hope that the vampire isn't causing any issues with them, and it was just a fluke. Very well. I shall bid you adieu. Yeet.
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 okay. I shall put a tick against the furs.
I shall
Well, a
go.
partial tick. You haven't delivered them. But...
No, we haven't delivered them yet. I should go back to the table and be like,
What did
yo,
he
this
say?
is what was said. You know what was said.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to repeat it. Yeah, he doesn't actually. He doesn't seem to be lying. I think he had no. Oh, sorry, I've got the hiccups.
That's right.
He seems to have no idea about the vampire in his residence. It wasn't him trying to set us up. He said to me that he seemed to expect us to have more issues on the road to and from than in the residence itself. So I think the booby traps and things were just
Misfortune.
coincidences. And
Did he
yes, the owl bear,
Yeah.
that was your fault. Okay, well,
Okay.
he said if we could go back there at some point. I said it's not off the cards as an idea, so we are more than welcome to return there and try and fetch the rest of things for him at a later date.
Okay.
These owlbears. Any way to stop them from being a nuisance?
Don't attack them. Simple
Well, a bit
as.
too late for that now.
Shh.
Well, yes. What do you mean, shh?
I'm
Who
put-
shushed?
I shushed Varys
Oh, it
because
was you
he's
shushed.
yelling.
I thought that was Terry, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I was just simply stating it's a bit too late for that now.
He-
As they're
he
already
said-
being attacked. And
He
they're
said
already
by the
pissed.
time we go back, they should have deactivated, and we should be fine as long as we don't attack them again.
Okay.
Yeah, Slatoony.
Not
Shut
sure
up.
whether I should correct you on that or not.
Well, that's the specific question I asked.
And he very much didn't answer your specific question.
What a cunt. It's fine. I don't actually plan on going back. I don't actually plan on going back there anyway, other than to burn it down. So I didn't exactly tell the truth to him either, on multiple occasions.
No, he was super for burning it down. This is not decided among the group.
I never said I wouldn't burn it down.
That aside, you said that he was more shocked that we had no issues on the road to the manor. Did he go into any more details of what?
Remember that bit about this city being under siege by demons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What one and one, Lunatari? Come on.
Well, I don't know.
But was it about that? No.
Well,
I-
that's
it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Okay, fine. I just thought it seemed really
You
sinister.
know,
It's like,
you know
oh,
the bit where he told us he'd had to flee to the city because his house was encroached by demons. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Eh.
Okay.
guessing.
It sounded more sinister when he was saying it. It was like, oh, you weren't
He's
attacked
just a
on the road.
sinister old man.
Meh.
A sinister old man.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, there's not much
Sounds
more.
familiar to me.
I suppose. Well, what do we do now?
Well, it's a side quest, so you don't really have to do it.
I mean, what of your? I mean, obviously, I still have my own personal mission here. I mean, what do you guys plan on doing?
A vast quantity of cocaine.
The usual, then.
The usual.
It's not called coke.
I
it's
mean-
called opium.
You are a bard, and I'm sure there are substances available.
Wait, didn't you do a kids' party here?
No, that was the other city.
Damn it!
I have been offered
Work.
to
though.
do a set in this bar, but not this evening. I don't think my throat can take it.
Maybe we should like just retire early tonight.
I think that might not be as bad of an idea as it sounds. We are a bit bruised and battered, as I can say, for myself at least.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
am
someone's
really.
got a date with Bill.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still haven't agreed. with
I'll
you.
nudge Varys and be like, shh.
Yeah, apparently I.
she knows.
Lunatic. I don't know.
Lunatari doesn't know. I think this is something that we've set up and put on Lunatari's bill.
I'm fine with that. I am.
Oh, fuck off!
That's exactly what we did.
But yes, an early night. That sounds like a grand plan. I shall.
I
Yeah.
mean, Mr. Scales is a former adventurer and a barbarian. I would imagine that is well within his moral compass.
Yep.
He's probably. No, I can see him at the bar right now, just smiling to himself.
I don't think you can.
No.
Well, not
Okay.
wait, unless he's on his stool. Which
Just
one-
gonna say.
He's sitting on his stool, smiling to himself, thinking about the fun that he's
I
created.
forgot that he's like 2 feet tall.
Well, I will head up to the bar to pay off for the drinks that I purchased.
And I'll nudge Varys. Well, I think before Lunatari sees the tab that she's run herself up, I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, like guys, bye.
Got up the stairs.
Yeah, so
Just fucking ditch Lunatari without having a bill she's got.
so he turns around and goes, "That's 10 gold pieces, please."
Oh, okay. It seems a lot more expensive for just a few drinks.
He smiles at you and just says, "Enjoy your night."
I give him a quizzitive look, but don't say anything, and just pay up the tab.
Dilly kind of looks at you and like, so there's a look of disapproval in her eye.
Again, the quizzitive look is given, and I just head upstairs to my room. I'm too tired.
Hi, I'm Bill Nye, the Science Guy.
You get to your room.
Oh, well, we're actually doing this, are we? Okay. Right.
Only partially.
I open the door.
You open the door. Your room is dark.
I have night vision.
What? Oh, okay. Then you will see a lump in your bed.
We do Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Pretty
do I-
much.
Who's
Do I do the?
sleeping in my
Can I stealth up to my bed?
Sure.
I don't know why I'm.
It doesn't. It doesn't take a lot. Give me a stealth roll.
Bill
Oh,
Nye
yeah.
totally has night vision. like-
Easily stealth up to your bed. Yeah, but Bill Nye's been up there for freaking hours.
Oh god,
These
Bill's
houses-
so passed out.
He's well asleep.
Is there
He's been
actually
like-
someone in my bed?
Yes,
Yes.
but you don't know that yet because they're under the covers.
Can I see the? With surely I'll be able to see if the bed
I
sheet
told
is
you
like
there's a
moving
lump
up.
in your bed.
Yeah, I know, but I'm right by the bed now. Surely, can I see if the bed is like moving up and down and like breathing?
Nope.
He's
Nope.
he's not dead, is he?
Nope. Roll me a perception.
I
And
like
you can
this
see there is definitely like a decent sized humanoid. Yeah, would you
God,
see all
man's
of it?
gonna kill.
I mean, depending on how soft the. Hang on. So, the higher the number, the harder the mattress. So, oh, 9. Yeah, I see. I reckon only a partial lump is showing because, like,
He's sunk into the mattress.
yeah,
But I can tell there's a
You've got
human in
plen-
my bed, basically.
you got plenty of blankets there. You can tell there's
Someone.
there is a lump. Like someone might have just not made your bed properly and left one of the pillows there.
Surely I can see with a perception that I must be able to tell that if there is like movement of someone who's breathing.
Not really. Not if they breathe lightly. That's fine. Because you can only see in black and white anyway.
I can see movement still. That's not
Yeah,
coloured.
but people don't like. People are generally quite still when they're in deep sleep.
How do I want to approach this?
I reckon you should just get in bed.
No,
It'll be fine.
no. That's what you.
Bill Nye, the
the-
cuddle guy.
The fact that you want me to do that.
I mean, you don't know that it's been set up, so you're like, there's a lump in my bed.
Exactly. There shouldn't be a lump in my bed. Hence why I'm slightly more suspicious.
You're like, fine, I'm tired, I must be seeing things.
And the fact that I've had dirty odd stares from both the barmaid and the barkeep, plus enjoy your night with a smile, I'm a little bit. Yeah.
You're an
There's a lump in
innocent
your bed.
lady, you have no idea what they're talking about.
Just open the covers and then you can make a fucking statement.
I'm trying to see how I want to do this.
Like,
You will... Depends whether you sleep in your full adventuring gear or not.
It depends. Like doing the dance with no pants, you'll be fine.
I'm not taking.
Horizontal naked dance.
I am just literally going to rip the covers off the bed.
In your bed,
A
you
cold-
see-
Off my bed. I have not.
You see a naked tiefling roll over and pose for you.
Feel like the
seductively.
science guy's a tiefling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You two have set this up, haven't you?
And he's just like,
I literally just
Hi.
yell, "What
I
the?"
am your. He's like, hi, I am your gift for tonight. Let me take you to the stars.
I literally just yell, "Who the fuck are you, and why are you in my bed?
I am Bill Nye, and I am your gift.
From who?
I was sent up here by management. I believe your friends may have arranged it.
I literally am just like pinching the bridge of my nose and it's like,
Well, it's been paid for.
I believe there's been some sort of a mix-up. I would ask you kindly
definitely not.
to.
I'm in the right room.
I am asking you kindly to please leave my room.
Sure. Is there any tales you need me to tell your
No
your
more.
friends or to tell management?
Other
do
than
you need
I
do you
just
need
just tell them.
comments of great conquest?
No. If anyone says anything, just say I asked you to leave. Nothing more, nothing less.
Sure. So,
Aren't you gonna tip the man?
I think I probably already fucking have.
Tips included in the payment. Wait.
oh no! Like as he leaves, he's gonna like slowly get up and keep making like suggestive comments. It's like, yeah, are you sure you don't need help? Disrobing?
Go!
He's like slowly getting dressed before he leaves. Are you sure there's nothing I can do for you?
Right, at this point.
Don't beat up the very friendly Bill Nye prostitute we hired for you. We quite like this pub.
I mean, yeah, guy downstairs might be disappointed and might have to scrub you by the scruff of the neck. You have to
Right,
bend down for it, but still.
kind of metagame in here, but Terry, is it possible for you to, or for a character to, like, with, like, say, an Eldritch Blast, to not actually release it, but just so that there is literally a ball of energy in my hand that I can just, like, stop? Or...
I wouldn't. That's a bad
I
idea.
mean, you can do that, yeah.
So if I was to do that, there is no repercussions from this. That I literally, it is just to show that I'm pissed off now. There is a
Well,
ball of energy in my hand,
You
and
say,
I am.
you say no repercussions. I mean, you can do no damage, but I'm not going to promise no repercussions.
I mean, yeah, you're threatening someone with violence. There's always repercussions.
Would you shut up? You're not here. This is between me and the naked tiefling.
Come on, use his name.
No. Is there anything in my room I can throw at him? To punctuate, get
Oh,
the fuck out of my
God.
room. Actually,
DuckTales.
I just, woo, fuck's sake.
And you
I
got
just-
bed, you got chairs, you got a dresser.
Bill Nye. Woo.
I just literally yell at him to get the fuck out of my room.
The kinky tiefling guy.
Poor Bill Nye.
I know, right? He's not done anything wrong. He's been totally
Still got
polite.
paid though.
Yeah, but
You
no
can see his
tip.
paycheck, he's
I
had all
mean,
the- had all-
so rude.
Bill Nye just wanted some tip, Hansi. Jesus.
I'm a woman!
Yeah.
Can't
And
give him tip.
fucking sexist.
Fuck you. Is he out of my room yet?
So he takes his last step out of the room,
He's gonna.
turns around,
Are you
and he's
sure?
like, "Are you sure?"
Go!
Poor fucking guy.
It's like, but you could have a good time.
I literally just go and slam the door in his face.
Oh.
As you can see, I'm really horny.
Don't care. I have. Oh, fuck's sake! I just caught on. Well done, Terry. I'll give you that. I will
I'll
give you that.
He turns around to you the moment you say that. Excellent. Shall we begin?
The door is slammed in his face, and I lock it.
You hear a a partially dressed Bill Nye walking down the stairs.
Partially dressed. I'm gonna fucking kill them 2 in the morning.
Can I be stood by the top of the stairs?
Sure.
As he walks past, I will give him a high five and give him a gold.
He smiles and winks.
Do I hear this?
Roll me a perception.
How far away is your room from the
Doesn't-
top of the stairs?
Probably about 15, 20 feet.
I mean, there's no exchange of
reckon-
anything. Yeah.
You can hear. I mean, you can hear like a
Some
some sort of clap, yeah. But there's
No, there's no no one said anything, so I can't.
you can hear Bill Nye turn around and go, I'm gonna need a drink.
Do I hear anything else?
If he says I'm
I'm-
gonna need a drink, I'll reach in and give him a second gold. Actually,
So you hear a small clinking of gold.
I
and that's it.
literally.
I'll just say on me. I will say it, just plain as day, on me. Give him the gold, and
I
back to my
burst
room.
out of my room.
So
I will
Varys'
Do I
cast
ca-
invisibility on myself.
I can't do anything about that.
Yep. All you see is him just walking down the stairs.
Have you got
Should
any of
say
your
shimmer
spell
or
slots
something.
left?
Yes,
Damn.
I have a level 2 spell slot less, and that's it.
Did you just use it on your invisibility?
Or we're about to have a long rest, aren't we?
I don't know. The Toonies on the warpath.
Right, and off to bed we go.
That's a shame because I was kind of hoping Lunatari wasn't going to get a long rest.
You've really got it in for me. I don't know what I've done in this last month to deserve this, but
No, you called me a liar.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, the DM has a long memory.
Oh dear.
And a short one because, you know.
I mean, there's nothing to
still need
stop
to break your leg.
Typhling knocking back on the door later on. Because a disturbed sleep doesn't count as a long rest. I mean, anyway, yes. The next morning, obviously.
Hmm. I'm trying to think how long to leave this.
To the next morning.
So
Agreed.
you guys are having no. So you guys are having an early night.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll call this what? 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
As in 9 in the evening when we.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
9, 10, 9, 10 o'clock.
I'd say
in the
10ish, you know. Just after the sports.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a d12, and then we'll see what hour shit goes down. Because, you know, none of you might get a long rest at this rate.
Oh, great. Skullduggery's girlfriend reappears.
So, 9 o'clock in the morning,
12 hours?
there is...
8 out. And
Yeah, you
11 hours.
guys, you've all got long rests, that's fine.
woohoo!
So 9 a.m. in the morning. Actually, what time do you guys want to get up?
Long rest.
Long rest time.
Well, long rest is
Yeah,
only 8
No,
hours.
no, I'm happy for 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I said breakfast at like 9:30 to them before we left last night, so.
Yeah.
That's fine. So you guys are sort of like getting up and ready and probably start heading downstairs roughly 9 o'clock so that you're ready for breakfast and everything.
I'll
So
get rid of all my temporary hit points as well.
9 o'clock. No one. Who will have noticed? Who will have noticed? So there appears to be a maid. It's not Dilly. It's like so. Dilly's like primarily like a waitress.
Yep.
You find probably ought to write her name down somewhere. actually his name down. There is like a
It's not
housemaid.
Not Bill Nye, is it?
It is.
Oh, it so could be. It
Oh
so could
god.
Why did I just say that? I
Because
hate
there's
I hate
no-
myself at the moment as well. Apparently,
Because there's no reason why a a male halfling called Bill Nye couldn't both be a housemaid and
A prostitute.
Need
prostitute.
something to do in the evening.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a day job and a night job. I mean, seems perfectly fine.
Can't get his kids through college without.
Okay, Bill Nye it is.
Crap.
Morning, Bill.
We'll come downstairs. I don't know. I'm guessing we're coming downstairs stairs at different times.
Yes.
Who
Is
wants-
there like wash basins and stuff in the rooms? Or is there like a separate
Uh,
bath area?
I reckon you're most likely gonna have at the far end of the landing upstairs. You're likely to have a big wash basin.
Okay, like
so
a
the-
communal
so-
bath kind of thing.
Yeah, so well, not a bath,
Yeah,
just a basin to wash your face and whatnot. If you want a bath, you'll have to go to either outside or to one of the bathhouses somewhere.
Oh, is there bathhouses here?
Yeah, that seems to make sense.
Oh, I know where I'm going.
Let me just write down because Bill Nye is suddenly becoming a recurring character.
Oh god, don't. It's gonna be like one of those sitcoms where the same person does all
The
the like
different
9
roles.
to 5 job.
It's just everywhere.
It's just every.
There
Like the
is-
guy that worked in the stables and his twin brother that worked on the gate or whatever it was.
I like them.
I
I
like
can't.
that. I think they're two of my favourite characters so far.
What was he called? What's the stable guy called?
All my dice are on that page. I'll have to move.
Dibley. Dibley was the stable guy.
Oh yeah, Dwayne Dibley. Yeah,
Dwayne-
Playing Dibley.
he was Dibley because of Dwayne Dibley. Yeah. Right. So, Bill Nye had a somewhat soft feminine tone, and at roughly 9 o'clock, Bill Nye lets out a really high pitched scream and screams, "Murder! Murder!"
Please do it in a game.
I'll come down the stairs. I'll sort of like. I'll
No,
sprint
he's
down
up. He's upstairs.
Oh, he's upstairs.
Yeah, he's
I'll-
upstairs.
I'll
He's
bust out of my
standing-
room then.
He's standing in one of the doorways upstairs.
I'll open my door and I'll walk over to him quite briskly, wearing what I'm wearing, which is full leather with a robe, because that's what I sleep in.
I've just got. I've got some fucking S&M
Full
gear
leather
thing. Look at my
robe.
ball
No,
gag,
no, my
gimp
standard
mask.
attire, I will just stand up in my room because I'll actually be meditating, not sleeping. Leave my room, walk over to the door, and say to him, I say, roll a perception, see what I see first.
Sure.
He's a tiefling, I can probably see over his shoulder quite happily.
Tieflings. I don't think they're
Tieflings are
particularly
big.
Short. Yeah, I
Oh,
think they're humanoid size.
They're generally
I'm quite
taller.
tall though, I'm 6'3".
You are.
Oh yeah, you can see over his shoulder. That'll be fine. So what you see is he stood in one of the
6'5".
doorways. He stood in just a doorway to a room.
Mhm.
The door is like half, 3/4 open. And he just seems to be transfixed, looking at the bed. You can look around him quite easily. You see Mr. Scales on the bed. The bed is completely soaked in blood.
Not Mr. Scales. Oh, that makes me.
Oh, sorry, not Mr. Scales. Mr. Blue.
Oh, that's fine.
Mr. Blue on the bed.
Fantastic.
Uh,
That makes my next line so much better. I'll assess the situation and I will say, "Murder? I don't see any crows here."
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm processing. I'm processing
I
it.
mean, yeah, I think that took a while for other people to catch on.
No, I got the joke. It's just whether my brain wants to process laughter or not.
Well, whoever heard it found it funny because a 21 performance is a pretty good roll.
You just hear somewhere in the distance with no source.
And then I'll turn to Bill Nye, and I'll say, "Is Mr. Scales on the premises?"
Mr. Scales, you hear. So Mr. Scales would have been downstairs with Dilly.
Dilly.
Dilly! Yeah, so you kind of hear footsteps rushing around downstairs, maybe a couple of like fallen plates crashing on the floor, and then some rushing toward. Oh, excuse me, rushing towards upstairs.
As he approaches, I will sort of turn away from the doors, and I'll say, "It's Mr. Blue."
So as Mr. Scales approaches, Mr. Scales and Dilly approaches, you just hear Bill Nye going, I just, the door was open, so I pushed the door open and he was like that. He was just there. This is exactly how I found him.
Bill and I did it.
While I'm doing an insight, are we playing Cluedo?
I was gonna. Is Bill Nye the constable and the detective as well?
God damn it! Here we go. It was the prostitute in Mr. Blue's room with Hansy's sword. He stole it last night.
He can't.
No. Oh yeah, it's
know.
actually.
He can't.
Anyway, I was doing an insight.
I know, but
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Well, you guys are currently stood in the doorway.
well, I'm
Oh,
still
no,
in my room.
Varys is still in bed right now. Varys is like, what?
I thought Hansy had gone down to get changed.
Varys
Get
hasn't
bathed.
got up yet.
Well,
Who
no,
carries it?
I asked if there were things there. I hadn't actually. I was just. Well,
No, you said I'll do that then.
No,
And
he
you
just
were the
says,
one that said you got up first.
He said, I know where I'm going.
Ah, okay. Anyway,
please say Bill Nye like switches his maid's outfit to a detective outfit now.
No, he does not.
Just pulls out a Sherlock Holmes hat and goes, ha,
Doo-doo,
with a little
doo-doo.
No,
pipe.
he
Is
doesn't.
that what she should have been wearing last night for the two?
I'm not
So, no one knows what Lunatari is doing. Varys is still sleeping.
No,
Actually,
Varys
roll
has
me. I was
Rudely
gonna
waken words! Rudely woken up by the damn screaming.
Varys is
Okay.
still drunk from the night
I was
before.
going to say roll me a constitution, but if you want to be woken up, that's fine.
Oh,
Can I
someone's
happen to have a
bloody
police
murdered
constable's
for
hat
waking
in my
up.
bag?
Sorry, I missed that, Stan.
So, can I happen to have a police constable's hat like on my person? Just put it on and be like, turn away, nothing.
I don't think you've ever mentioned one of those.
God damn it.
Even in your masks, I don't think you've.
No, I
Don't you have a monocle one?
I do actually. Yes,
No, he doesn't.
I can do.
No.
I think I might. I
I
think
think
I've mentioned
I think
something
you-
about a monocle. At
You
some
have.
point.
I've heard you say
I don't know
it.
whether it was in D&D or not, but I know I mentioned I wanted. Fuck knows. Detective mask on. I think I mentioned that I had a monocle.
No, I've
not
heard you.
that it was the monocle mask, but
I've
yeah.
heard you mention you having a monocle, but it's never been put into play.
It is now.
I mean, that's as close as you're getting to detective outfit is going to be like.
I'll have to go
applying
to
a
the
monocle.
general store and buy a leather jacket.
I'll be right back. I just need to pop to the store quickly.
Look, unless it's yellow and has
I'll,
has a lightning bolt in the back, I'm not interested.
I don't get that reference.
Is that kill? That's not
Detective Pikachu.
yeah.
Okay.
Are we all gonna have costumes this episode? Is this gonna be us solving a crime?
I mean, that's fine by me. That's
I honestly, this is fine by me. I'll slip on my monocle.
Flip on, huh?
Okay, so as it stands, you're at the door with Bill Nye, Dilly, and Mr. Scales. Lunatari is, I don't know. Varys is
Getting up and
presumably
putting his
in
clothes
bed.
on.
Yeah, but woken up.
I'm awake. I'm in my room. I have just yet to come out. I've said.
Okay. So what do you want to do next?
I shall turn to Mr. Scales, who is there, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, he's there.
And I'll say, do you want me to keep everybody in the building in?
Yes. Yes, he does.
Okay. Is there a bolt on the back door, or is there a key for it? I'll lock it and then stand guard at the front.
He hands the key to Dilly.
Mm-hmm.
She goes and locks the back door, and she will stand guard at the front door. So although you've said you want to do it, he tells Dilly to do it.
Okay. Shall I go with, or would you prefer my aid up here?
You can.
What I want.
She
As long as I
has no
stay.
problem with. Yeah, she has no problem. Are you assisting if you're gonna stay in the building?
Does he have any issue with me entering the room?
No.
Okay, I will enter the room and have a closer inspection through my monocle.
Okay.
Is it a magical monocle?
Also, Terry, check Steam quickly.
Yeah, I did see.
Put it up.
As he is doing that, Varys gets out of his room, fully clothed, I might add, and goes, "What the hell's is going on?"
It would have been better if he walked up Starkers and was just like, Ugh.
No, he's not that. He's not like me in the morning, where like, what the
I
fuck?
don't
It's
need
like
to
now
know.
he's woken up. He's got clothes on. He's going to find out what the whole commotion is.
So everyone now knows that Kay gets up in the morning and wanders around the house Starkers.
Honestly, doesn't surprise me.
It's also an
He's
image I don't need
ginger.
to have.
What's that got to do with it?
He just wanted a reason to get it in there.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Any reason for the ginger? Don't be jealous now.
Said,
That's because I have more souls than you.
Half my family is ginger, okay?
I still have more souls than you.
I'm glad we got that covered.
I'm not even going to go into that one.
Sometimes I don't even.
Okay, so those who are in the corridor can easily see that the Bill Nye stood in the doorway. Mr. Scales follows you into the beside the body, so that he can have a look as well. He's gonna roll a perception.
I will
Oh,
also
okay.
roll an investigation. No,
Yeah, if you want.
I'll roll a perception because my perception is much higher than my investigation.
Yeah.
I think Varys should get involved. He got a +7 on his medicine, so he should know what the hell's going on.
Okay, what do I see? Because I can do an investigation with my hands afterwards.
What does your monocle eye see?
What does my monologue?
But of course, that
Varys,
bonus.
do you want to? Varys, do you want to get in there and have a?
Do you want to get in on the action?
Go on,
Well,
son.
I feel like with his +7 on insight and medicine, he would know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
You might have a.
So yeah, if he gets in there, I guess and do a perception check first. So
I would say one or the other. You can choose.
Okay, he'll do a medicine check to understand how the body was, or how he was killed.
Yeah. Excellent. And Lunatari, what are you doing?
I suppose I'll come out of my room now. I'm hearing the commotion and everything as well.
Are you going to comfort Bill Nye? Bill Nye seems to be in a lot of shock.
No.
Not even exchange
To be fair,
glances
I was
after the
gonna-
wonderful night you spent together.
I literally just walk out of my room going, what's all the racket about?
Bill Nye walks towards you, arms open.
I sidestep. I sidestep. I have. I'm not letting this happen. I'm moving out of the way of his grasp.
Agility check, agility check, agility check.
Yep. It has to be agility.
It isn't an agility check.
It is.
It's not an option.
Should be.
give me
Dexterity.
an acrobatics or athletics check. I was
21.
just going to do a straight roll, so I'm going to say unless I crit, then you step out of the way.
Yeah, that's fair. That was a good
Oh,
effort.
fuck me, I rolled an 18 now.
Ah,
but because I've just given him flat, like, 0 stats across everything, I was like,
No, you should have did.
no, he should have had some intelligence, but they're
If he
I
was
don't think they're
intelligent, he
naturally
wouldn't have
dodgy.
attempted that.
he's a
It's
over
distress.
dramatic.
I mean, what the fuck is wrong with Lunatari today? I
Well,
mean,
one, I don't
honestly.
actually know what has happened. I've literally stepped out of my room, said, "What's this racket?" and Bill Nye's come at me again.
Oh, I
in,
missed
in
that.
distress.
That sucks.
In
I missed it
distress.
because I was in the room, but I guess Varys didn't ever enter the room. You just seen it?
No,
Yeah,
Varys
Varys
is
is
in the room
there.
right next to you. He's examining the body. That's what
Oh,
medicine
yeah.
was for. He's
Yes.
understanding
Okay,
how
so-
the body died.
Okay, so both of you look at the body, and you see multiple
That
like
was-
puncture wounds in his neck,
Oh,
and the blood that's all over the sheets is has clearly come from the neck. There's
Sounds
also
like a vampire to me.
there's also puncture wounds in his wrists, like yeah.
or a really
Can
bad
do an
heroin
insight
user.
check to see if these are actually actual puncture wounds from a vampire or just someone faking it.
Sure.
So is that insight?
How would you
Yeah.
determine that?
It's
Insight
history.
or insight or
Nature, I guess, because you
yeah,
bite marks would be nature.
yeah.
I'm doing insight.
Survival.
I've gone for an insight.
Well, Varys is like 100% convinced that these are proper vampire bites, and
yeah.
Skullduggery is of the opinion that yeah, I reckon they are.
I think they are.
I'm going to do something quickly. Spells. Message. I will use message to communicate with Varys. And I will say, well, at least we get to keep the furs now.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's it.
Dun, 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 dun,
Varys just
dun.
looks at
Skull.
Skull and goes,
Hmm.
So, good
And then
point.
he
Well
turns-
presented.
he turns to, what's the guy's name again?
Scales.
The Scales, the owner.
Scales, yeah. Yeah, turns to Scales. A vampire seems to have got him.
A vampire?
Dun, dun,
You
dun.
ran an insight. Okay, so you ran an insight. So you believe it is more than one vampire has done this.
No,
Either more than
multiple
one vampire or a very greedy vampire who has just tried and tried again to.
Okay, yeah. He goes to his lights. I believe a few vampires seem to have succumbed to an attack of some vampires. Maybe 2 or 3. I'm not too sure, but there's definitely more than one.
2 or 3?
Did you
Um,
invite any vampires to your place? I suppose they could get into.
Mr. Scales just looks at you as if to say, "What the fuck?" Like inviting vampires into my hotel. Like, are you fucking serious?
Technically, you wouldn't need to. It's a public house.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking afterwards.
No.
Or does it work
Vampires
different?
have to be specifically invited into any building
I thought.
To cross the threshold. Yeah.
to cross
Oh,
the
is it?
threshold.
Okay, I didn't know if like the public places.
If it's well, it's
Yeah.
not a public place. It's still owned by the landlord.
Oh,
I
it's
suppose yeah,
bogus.
it's still technically a private dwelling, even though it's
Mhm.
open.
Open to the public during certain hours, unless the owner decides not to open.
But in the case of it is a owned building with a threshold.
Yeah,
So yes.
yeah.
So yeah, but look, Varys looks at him plainly and says, "For a vampire to get in,
Right,
he needs to be invited."
I need to disappear for a sec. 1 minute.
Okay. Hansi, I'm disappointed in you.
Shut
Are
up
we,
to have some
i-
fun and.
Is this wait? Is this in character happening right now?
When you're still in the lobby trying to avoid distraught man who just wants a fucking hug.
Well, you hug him then.
I'm busy looking at a dead body.
Does he invest in
That
got
didn't.
blood on
That
my
didn't
hand.
make it sound any better.
We all know you got blood on your hands, Skull. It's from the family you tried to kill.
Hey, no, I didn't.
Ah,
You
shit.
tried hard.
Okay, so
Am I actually even aware that there is a dead body in that room? Because all I've had is Bill Nye's come at me, and that's it.
I mean, you've heard murder. I suppose after you dodged Bill
High
Nye, there's no
voltage.
reason why you couldn't have walked into the room. You can have. There's no reason you wouldn't have heard the general discussion.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe not the message that about the furs, but everything else you.
Everything else I have heard. Okay.
Probably deduced it. It's like,
Huh.
Hmm.
Vampires, eh?
Vampires, eh?
Vampires, you say? Vampires, vampires.
Yeah.
There, see?
So,
Vampire? Ah, my voice can't do it because I'm fucking ill. Like, one of those.
well, I was gonna go with something else, but nah, that'd be rude.
Well, if that's anything to do with all the jokes I was getting over the New Year period, then
I didn't make any jokes at your expense.
I
Yeah,
missed
very
all
well.
the jokes. So. I haven't been here since like New Year's, so don't look at me.
Yeah, I've been like working and.
Oh
going
yeah,
to
you
bed
have
early,
no
like that.
voice. I remember now. I didn't make any jokes to do with your voice. Actually, I was very polite
no,
about that.
generally speaking, it was Runner and
It was generally running, yeah, which is fucking funny, but we weren't gonna. Yeah, see, yeah.
Pull out a pipe.
How
pull out
much
a pipe.
blood is there? Just like everywhere.
Definitely some
the-
sloppy
the-
vampires.
there's definitely
A lot.
you wouldn't want to lie on the sheets.
So they weren't
would-
very thirsty. Still
No, they're
multiple.
very
They-
sloppy.
He had several puncture wounds and enough blood drained out of him that
He's very pale.
yeah.
But still left him to split everywhere and
He's
create a
dead.
nice little pot.
I guess what's left kind of drained out and
He
Yeah.
bled out.
yeah.
What's the ruling on siren with vampires?
I'm not sure, but
Right.
if I go with general movie trope,
They have to
he's,
drink the blood.
he was consumed rather than
Yeah.
Generally, if you get a side one in movie tropes, you have to leave enough. You have to leave them alive to change. At least my understanding of it was.
And don't they have to drink some of the blood of their sire or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember
If you
that.
go
kind
with, say, Anne Bryce's version, generally it's a case of draining them, and then they suck, and then they get the sire's blood.
okay. I was going to
Yeah,
go
see.
Buffy, but yeah, that works the
It's just it's the most common trope
Yeah.
anyway.
Mate, Buffy. What a fucking show.
same.
Buffy, I can't remember what Buffy's version was.
It
Probably
was.
Vampires, dude. So anyway, there's a dead man, I feel like.
Yeah, we're kind of going to dodge it. We're like kind of stepping away from.
I'll look at
Nothing
him.
to see here but a dead man. Dead man, see? Dead man. Huh.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait. The cogs are turning. The cogs are
Yeah.
Why are the cogs turning?
in my head. I can feel them turning.
Maybe you should put some oil up there.
Yeah, I think so. Where's my whiskey?
Oh, dear.
like I am waiting for one question.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to think of it.
So what happened next? We've identified that several vampires have attacked this man, Funnily enough, we had a encounter with several vampire. Well, one vampire, but there could have been more vampires.
Maybe we should split up and search for clues.
Oh no, it's gone into Scooby-Doo mode again.
Scooby Doo.
Just see you like running from room to room.
Are you able? I mean, with Varys's medical role, is there a way of like determining a time of death?
Yeah, I should be able to get.
Are there
something
any
like that.
open windows in this room, or did they clearly come in and out?
Yeah, did the perception check reveal any open windows?
Sure, there's an open window.
So a possibility. The guy invited the vampire. Can we see any?
Unless the vampire went out.
Yeah. Can we...
I'll turn to Scales, and I'll say, "Does the CCTV work?"
It's like he's like, sorry, we don't have any scrying bowls here.
CCTVs.
Oh, I knew there was a equivalent of CCTV.
Yeah,
type
I knew
stuff
there
in this.
was.
Scrying orbs.
And that would be that would take a magic user of reasonable level to
Luckily, we
maintain
know one of
scrying
those.
at all times.
Yeah, just pouring water down a mirror, isn't it? Scrying or nothing else.
No, there's spells for scrying.
Seeing certified transmission vision. CCTV. Spelt. Seeing spelt wrong. There you go. Law appropriate CCTV. I want to do a campaign now where I just set up a CCTV
What, like a
company.
Big
It's a
Brother?
very powerful war. Anyway,
I tell you what, if 1 week you want to do a one shot and I'll play in that one. That's
I'm thinking I might try and actually do a D&D Cluedo / Scooby-Doo thing. Try and
that's
get
fine. We did Wizard Olympics would be a wrong
God.
phrase, but Magic Wizard Olympics last Saturday. So it was warlocks versus sorcerers versus bards versus clerics versus wizards. And we all had
Sounds
to
like
pick.
the Paralympics to me.
So we had to pick warlocks because basically what my DM is doing at the moment is we do a series of one shots where we all pick the same character, same class. And so yeah, we were the warlocks, and yes, we won.
Of course you did. You're warlocks.
Oh, I don't know. The clerics were doing well.
Oh, to be fair, clerics are pretty good multitaskers, aren't they?
But yeah, that was fun. Anyway, so yeah, so you've accused the landlord of bringing in.
Kay accused the landlord of inviting
No, I simply
vampires.
suggested that has any. Well, is it only the landlord who can let the vampires in?
Anyone can.
No, they just need to be invited. Anyone can invite.
Okay, yeah. So.
Except for another vampire, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
According to
Yeah,
general law.
Never accused him. I simply said that he was aware of any vampires entering the premises.
Were there any
Yeah.
pale types in here yesterday evening?
Pale types.
I mean, it's hard to tell when everyone's dressed up and.
Yeah, you're not exactly pale or unpale.
Yeah, well, that's fair
I can't
enough.
see you.
Those weirdos coming in their fancy dress. You do get a few of them around, don't you?
Wait a
Eyebrow
second.
raised.
Mr. Blue last night was accompanied by 2 women.
2 women,
Yes,
yes.
he was.
Yes, I know.
Where
I was
are
already
they?
thinking of- Can I, while I'm saying that comment about people in their fancy dress and shit, can I just take my monocle off and, wipe it on my cloak?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So yes, he was accompanied by 2 women.
Mr. Scales,
So Mr. Scales is like, oh yeah, so he was.
I turn to Mr. Scales and ask, have you ever seen them 2 women before?
No. But I mean, Mr. Blue frequently had, shall we say, guests
That was gonna
with him of an evening.
I
that was
hear
gonna be
she's
my
not the only one that has guests of an evening.
Yeah, I heard someone had a friendly visit last night.
Hmm.
I literally turn and turn at both of you and just give you dagger
Sorry,
eyes.
more pressing matters. Yes, it's not
Bill
uncommon.
Nye blushes.
Skull, you had a closer look at these two damsels.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know
What
anything
says
about
I
them?
was
You were
looking at
you.
these down? Oh yeah, I went to the table.
Did
Didn't
go
I?
visit them and ask about his.
I love it how everyone is
Mama.
instantly
I
on the
forgot there was a table.
defensive.
No, I was actually. That was just a genuine question. I didn't pay them any attention while I was at the table, but what would I have picked up from just being around them while I was there?
Roll me an insight with disadvantage because you're trying to remember, but you weren't paying attention.
Yeah, I'm
So-
trying to remember something. I wasn't really paying attention. I just want to know race, hair color, 8.
They both had dark hair. They were both humanoid, both human, essentially.
Yep.
They were wearing loose-fitting long gowns. Other than that, you don't know.
Sounds like.
Did they look a bit pale?
I mean, they were wearing makeup, but that's as much as you can remember.
Hmm. Hmm.
I go back to Mr. Scales. I was like, were the two ladies due to spend the night with Mr. Blue? Do you know?
I mean, they certainly went up together, but as to whether they were going to spend the whole night, nobody knows.
Huh.
It wouldn't be unusual for them to spend the night, and also it wouldn't be unusual for people to leave during the night. So
To leave the establishment after hours, is the place fully locked up, or can people just freely walk in and out of here?
people can
They don't
use
have,
the latch on the door to get out.
so they don't specifically need to get you to be able to get out of the establishment out of hours, say early hours
No,
of the
not
morning.
not if they don't want to. No.
Okay. Hmm.
So, Varus. I think another look around the room for anything out of the order besides a dead body on the floor bleeding out profusely, like under the bed, in any closets, any drawers.
Trails of blood.
Any possessions missing?
Like, well, we wouldn't know if there's anything missing because wouldn't know what's there before. But anything out of the order. So, would that be another perception check or something else?
Honestly,
Or
I
would
don't
that
know
have
if I
covered-
would get
Covered by
involved.
the first one.
Swore never to touch a vampire again.
I mean,
Apart from the one that I clearly have a crush on.
you can have a perception roll, but I'm not sure how you would notice whether anything was actually missing.
Well, that's like
I
that
mean-
was what
I mean,
Hansi
you
said. I'm
could-
talking about anything out of the order. So like,
Is it like if a scuffle happened or something? Is there anything like
Yeah,
broken?
like
Like,
marks.
if
He
it-
said that Mr. Blue was a long-term resident here, didn't he?
He did, yeah. Well, for a few weeks because
Is-
of the.
Does the room look clean?
Oh yes, Bill Nye would regularly come in and tidy the room and.
Get Bill Nye in.
Bill Nye.
Here, little princess.
Hey, Billy, Billy, Billy.
Latuni wants to say hello.
I really
Rich,
want.
I'll ask Bill. I'll ask Bill. Bill, look. No, you're having
Not
a
the
rough
dead body,
time,
not
but
the dead body,
we
but-
need you here. Have a glance around the room. Do you notice anything awry? Anything that Mr. Blue didn't usually have on his room? Or usually?
There are a set of keys missing. He kind of looks around. He's like, no, that's normal. That's normal. That's normal. That's normal. Sure, something used to be there on the dresser, and then he kind of walks on. So everything seems normal. Goes back to the dresser, and he's like, "What always used to be? Oh, keys. He always used to have a set of keys on the dresser, but they've gone."
Is Mr. Blue clothed?
No.
Okay. Are his clothes somewhere like thrown on the floor, or are they probably put?
I would say strewn.
I'll go through the pockets of the clothes. Investigation.
Nobody nicking
I didn't mean to roll that on a to be 13.
That's fine. So you find there's some gold and silvers, but that's all. He's got currency on him, but
no keys, no piece of paper or anything, nothing.
no,
Okay.
just some currency.
I won't touch the currency because although he owes us for the, I'd say he owes us for the furs, but we still have the furs.
Technically, he does not.
No, that's what I meant.
No,
Because, yeah.
but he
No,
doesn't
I
owe you.
realised as well because we said we'd take what we could from the manor while we were, but didn't see anything of fucking interest the entire time we were there.
Indeed,
that's fine.
Hansi didn't barter any funds for the.
Well,
for the
no, I
work.
said we would discuss reward when we got back, but that seems clearly pointless now because he just said you can take whatever you want. I was like, well, we'll discuss payment when we get back, but clearly that ship sailed. So,
Well, no, we can take what we want now. You know, as in the furs. The furs are ours.
I think our payment is the least of our troubles right now.
I don't think. Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, I don't know. It could potentially be quite profitable for you.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, that entire house is ours. We could have a house. It doesn't.
You want to go?
I'll ask Scales. I'll say, do you know if he has any next of kin or?
He's like, no, he's on his own.
At which point I'll
Clearly,
bring my hands out of the pockets and be like, so this gold is fair game?
Wow.
Mr. Scales looks a little bit dubious about that because
Jesus Christ! At least
I mean,
bury the
someone's got
guy
to clean
for.
the room.
the way I was looking at this was because this happened on Mr. Scales' property.
Yes, I know he'd probably inherit.
Yeah.
I was about to say I'll follow up with. I jest and place it on the nearest sort of counter, bedside table or whatever was nearby.
Wow.
Hey man, nothing comes to those who don't ask the questions.
That's what adventuring parties do.
Loot, steal, rape, and pillage.
Whoa.
No, I don't mean of people. I just the more biblical sense of the word.
Pirateering?
Yes, like being pirateer. There we go. Like a gay party of D&D adventurers doesn't mean what it sounds like it means on the set. Well, it could do.
Stop. Just stop.
What, you mean a happy group of people?
Yeah, a happy group of adventurers. Like, you know.
Sure, happy.
I don't think any of the three of us would match that description in this whole campaign.
I mean, we tried, but you turned him down. We tried to make you happy, Hansi.
Yeah, we
couldn't find a bush, so we got you something else instead.
We will discuss that later. I haven't forgotten your involvement.
My involvement? What do you
You
mean?
don't even know we're involved.
If you just said
Mr.
any different things.
Oh no, we've just knocked into it. We haven't.
Mr. Scales. Mr. Scales will turn around and, in a absolutely professional business-like manner, turns around and says, "Well, that has already been paid for. I have heard of your intolerance. However, should you change your mind, that is covered."
I'll say to Scales, I'll say, possibly we got the wrong tiefling. Do you have any females? Some extra.
At this point, I literally just go. I can't even be bothered to go into this, so I'm literally like, I'm actually gonna leave the premises and go take a bath.
You can't leave the premises. I think you're going to get stopped on the door by rather
Oh, yeah.
burly-looking barmaid. I mean, you can
No,
try.
I was going to say I'd like to see him try.
Go on, leave the premises. You've gone off in a tantrum, and you weren't even there when she went off to guard the door anyway. So go off in
Yeah,
your
so you don't actually know till he's downstairs.
That's true, actually.
Do it. I want to see it.
I just go back to my
Maybe.
room.
You kind of made your mind already, so you can't change your mind.
metagaming. I fucked myself there. That'd been funny. But
So,
Oh.
what next?
I'll say to Scales, I'll say, well, seeing as we're here until this is cleaned up and sorted out, I'm guessing, will breakfast be served as usual, or what do you want us to do?
Yes. So, Mr. Scales, not a stranger to seeing death, being a former adventurer.
Mm.
He's quite happy with that, so he will escort you out the room. He locks the door.
Okay.
Shuffles everyone downstairs.
So as we
And
go, I'll
we'll-
sort of shout back to Lunatari that breakfast's on me if you want it, Lunatari. And then I'll say to Bill Nye, who's still looking rather ghostly, I'm guessing, he can join us at breakfast if he needs some company.
Mr. Scales says, "Unfortunately, not. Bill, you have to go. You have to go get the guards for." So, Bill goes off to summon the guards. Dilly keeps watch over the door, and
Oh, yeah, I
Mr.
forgot.
Scales will rustle up some breakfast.
I forgot that, yeah, Bill was still working, obviously.
I'll take my seat. I am sitting on the chair. The boxes. I cannot sit anywhere else, and I'll try it. No, still can't. Yeah, I'm sitting on the chair. I am sitting on the chair.
Could have just gone for that one.
Okay, fine. I'll go for that one. I don't want to be like you, get yanked down by my.
Are you joining us downstairs, Hansy, or not?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll order 3 plates of scram for the table then. Or
Varys just looks at Latunia and looks at Latunia. Heard some action from your room last night. Did you get lucky? Wink, wink.
There was some definite creaks and bedpost knocking. Oh, I heard.
I literally just glare. Clearly not in the mood for this.
Come on, cheer up, Buttercup. There's only a dead body upstairs, clearly murdered by some vampires that we ran into yesterday. None of us slept very well, and you turned down a
What are you
prostitute.
saying? I slept
can
like
you
a baby.
Honestly, it's
know what you're
everything's
talking
hunky dory.
I was sleeping like a baby until someone screamed bloody murder.
I was sleeping like a baby, but apart from the fucking door,
You sleep?
I was about to ask that
What's
question.
it
Do you actually
bedpost
sleep?
knocking. Well, from time to time, I indulge myself.
I indulge myself
Mhm.
into because I know you meditate, but I never know if you actually physically need to sleep.
I don't need to. No,
Oh,
no races that need to meditate need to sleep. All class.
that's handy.
Oh.
Did we determine if coffee existed in this universe?
Yes, it's monkey juice.
Monkey
Ah.
water.
Monkey water. Sorry.
That's right.
I thought it was the first one.
No, it's monkey water.
Okay.
Have you heard High Elf?
So Mr. Scales will wander around, bring your scram, brings a big pot of monkey water, like
What is
offers
scram?
each of you. It's just going to be like eggs and
Oh, okay. I thought it might have been something like
Eggs, dried meat.
okay.
Eggs and bacon, eggs and bacon, eggs and bacon.
Bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes.
Right.
So,
tell you what I had yesterday, which was super fantastic. I had bangers and mash and toast
Delicious.
sandwich.
Oh, you did it in the end.
no,
That was brilliant.
Good man.
imagine a toaster sandwich.
Yeah,
That
I
sounds
was
pretty good,
looking. I
actually.
was looking around the kitchen thinking, I want a toasted sandwich, but I've got leftovers.
So you can
And
buy
it was
me
like-
Kinda too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember you discussing it. I was like,
it was good.
Oh,
good eats.
Anyway,
Okay, so we're there. We're doing things. It's going all right. Yeah. What should we do now?
Well, we're not a lot we can really do until the guards get here.
I'm sure we could get out if we needed to.
Why would you want to get out for? This
Well,
looks suspicious.
True. We have ale. We have food. We have good company.
Is it too early to get alcohol in this tavern?
Well, sorry. Lunatari had good company.
Literally, I'm like, drop it.
You can. He's not going to serve ales and he's not going to serve wine, but a stiff drink is
Probably on the house at that point.
he seems that as a suitable thing for the current situation.
What's classed as a stiff drink?
Especially those of a
Like an
delicate-
alcohol pop. Anything.
like a whiskey or a vodka.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Cheers.
Or a rice wine, or
Oh, a bit like sake.
yeah.
I'll go for some rice wine.
I'll
Yeah,
have
just trying to think what would be available in this kind of
You know, I'd say rice
it.
wine would probably be the closest.
I'll take
right.
a whiskey.
Rice wine or vodka, probably the closest, but a whiskey, yeah, that's fine.
Well, we're gonna ask for a rice wine.
Yeah, he will indulge you. That's fine.
I'll offer to pay for the breakfasts while I'm there because I don't like to run a tab.
Yeah, I can't remember what the costs were, so probably some silver.
So call it 5
Yeah, that'll do.
or 6 for evens. There we go. Sounds about right.
I really should get that sheet.
Printed and stapled to your forehead.
Well, no, because then I won't be able to read it.
Staple it the other way round, nitwit.
I'd be too close. I'm an old man now. Like bad
Long
eyes.
sighted. You get
No,
short sighted when you get older.
Actually, I have very good vision, but that's not the point.
I just don't want something stapled to my forehead.
But there is that, yeah.
My dad got me
Hey,
a staple
good
gun
painful.
yesterday. Yeah, I'll do it just
Okay. Anyway, so let's figure out what guards we have in this town.
guards. Oh, do we get the
Oh,
staple?
this is the town with Dibley and Marcus Tryhard.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Marcus Tryhard is the head
The
guard,
wizard.
and we've
Marcus
got
try hard and
we've
and,
got-
Flubberbit.
Captain
Toonie had a little
Basalt.
thing, I swear.
Yeah, Captain Basalt, who
Yep, Sherwin Basalt.
and you got Marcus
But-
Tryhard.
Yeah, I think both Captain Basalt and Marcus Tryhard both arrive.
Yeah, because Dibley's just the stable guy.
Yeah.
He likes.
Dibbler!
He likes. corn.
Dibley turns up and stands guard at the door with Dilly.
Dilly.
So you got Dilly and Dibley standing
Wait,
at the
isn't
door.
Sounds like
Dibley
a
the special one that likes the horses?
Yes.
Probably got a wholesome cart with a buddy.
So Varys is never getting out of here.
What do you mean I'm never getting out of here?
It's anyone who tries to force their way through the door. Well, actually, if you want to try and force your way out the door, you can roll me an insight as to whether you think you'd be able to do it or not. But
I mean, Varys
Said
is already on good
any-
terms with.
Who said anything about forcing?
Who said anything about wanting to leave in the first place? I'm quite happy to sit here and let them guys finish and just enjoy my breakfast. Jesus.
I'm enjoying my breakfast.
so,
It's one of them
So,
two idiots wanna
Basalt
force
and-
themselves.
Basalt and Tryhard go upstairs with Mr. Scales. They're up there for like 10 minutes or so. They then come back downstairs. There's like low voices and shaking of heads, and they have a brief discussion behind the bar, and then they shall leave.
Not going to interrogate the crew.
I was expecting that. Actually.
Why would they? I think they realised that if vampires did it, none of us are vampires,
Well,
and
You're the only one that
I
could be
don't
held
know, yeah, I was
suspicious.
gonna say.
You're the only one that we can't tell, so you would be the only suspicious one.
at
I
least
mean,
I
he's
know.
always been suspicious, but that's a different story.
I mean, I'd like to think that I'm not a vampire, but you know.
I mean, do you know what's under the mask?
Mm-mm.
Not anymore. It's been so long.
No, as we said earlier on, you said nobody knows what's under the mask, and Terry said I do.
Wap, wap, wap.
When was
But
the
I
last
know,
time
I
you
never
was-
said I knew it was under the mask.
I was going to say, when was the last time you saw your reflection?
Character
He's
sheet
a vampire.
doesn't-
He would never be able to see it.
My character sheet is NA as race. I don't know what I'm playing.
Oh, okay.
That was a lie.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
For he's a vampire!
Dilly. Oh no, sorry, it was Varys that wanted to do dilly, wasn't it?
What?
And now we've got all sorts of matchmaking going on. We've got to set up Varys for dilly, Hansy with Lunatari with Bill Nye,
Bill Nye.
and me with the vampire lady.
No, actually, yeah, that's
The
right,
vam-
yeah.
is the vampire a rebound after you failed with me at the known
Yes.
village?
Clearly.
So wait, is this D&D?
I didn't even realise
Is
he
this?
tried with you.
Yeah, he did.
I didn't. There was a passing comment in the second episode.
So yeah, second episode in, they were already trying to get on with each other. So weirdos.
Who sang that song?
But yeah, no, and then
And now
So are we playing Scooby Doo, D&D, or
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor?
I
No,
don't know
this
what
is-
I'm
this
playing
is-
at the moment.
It's definitely
Blind
one
Date.
of them.
Are we the Undateables? Is that what the new
You're,
saga's
you're not
called?
old enough to remember, but this is Blind Date.
I
know
remember
Blind
Blind
Date.
Date.
I mean, we all kind of remember Blind. We all remember the original Blind Date. Stan will remember the new one.
I've
with
never
what's-
watched Blind Date. I know of the original Blind.
Wasn't Lily Savage who hosted it? Was it?
No, it was Cilla Black.
That's the
Cilla
one.
Black, who was the original, and then what's his name? took
Cecilia.
over.
She's breaking your heart.
Fuck, I was
Don't
waiting
go
for that.
breaking my heart.
I was waiting for that. Wrong song.
Demonetized.
Cecilia,
He's
you're
breaking my heart.
Ah, da, 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 da. Yeah.
Anyway.
Indeed.
So the guards have
Right,
been
we
and
are.
gone.
Dibley is sent upstairs. You see him carry the body down, wrapped in blankets. He exits, places the body on a cart, disappears.
Ding, ding,
Dilly
bring out-
leaves her post at the door.
Lick it!
Oh, I was about to say,
I kid.
I'll
I
go to the
kid.
door, pick up a post, and say, Dilly, you've left your post behind.
She turns around and goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake." Turns around, takes a post out of your hand, and what's your armor class?
13.
Oh yeah, she hits that, and she will do. Oh, she's not. She's just being playful. She's not going to smack you hard or anything. So that's the problem. Is she's really strong.
Yeah.
So technically she'd have done 9 damage,
What the fuck?
but like I said, she's only playing. She's
Used
not
to do
really smacking you. So I reckon she probably does you half of that. So
I was
she
going to
does you
say,
half.
just she doesn't realise her own strength sometimes, even when she is trying to be playful.
I'll take 4.
Yeah,
How much damage did you take, Varus, when you, or did you?
that's where sarcasm.
I didn't take any damage because it was.
It was a quip around the
Bloody
head.
nose.
Dilly's just full on socked me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a case of my nose was just a little bit bloody, so I didn't take any damage.
No, I think you did. I gave you.
There's
couple
no
of-
way
one or
you could.
two.
There's no way you could get a bloodied nose and not take damage.
I think he took 1 damage, but yeah.
Hmm.
I'll say it.
But it's the fact that it was a post. Like he turned around and said, "Dilly, you left your post behind." So
Been hit with an
I used it with an
weapon.
improvised weapon, which was a D4.
So I've just been
I-
donked on top of the head with a fucking wooden.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, hey, that's where I keep half my brain.
Varus just watches the commotion, just laughs.
He
as
turns
hell.
around and says, "Yeah, it's a shame the other half is pointless."
I meant my half a brain, sorry. Not half of my brain. As in, I only have half a brain.
Whereas she turns around and implies that where you keep your other half of the brain has no point.
Well,
You're
I'm not
really
gonna,
getting
I'm not
mocked
gonna
by.
say what I was
You get
gonna say.
really like bitched about by women, don't you? First
Who,
the
me?
vampire, now Dilly.
Mate, he's just tried, right? I'll just
Yeah.
say
It's
charming.
called flirting.
Dilly's not into leather. It's fine.
It's not
That-
even
that-
black leather.
That's why Skullduggery goes for the more emo types.
Yeah, man. It's all about that big titty goth GF. Don't you know?
Anyways,
Anyway, what are we doing now?
I have no idea.
I've kind of lost it now.
Oh no! I've missed a fantastic joke. God, fuck. Oh well, continue.
I'm somewhat curious what this.
I know, I am.
Don't
But I
worry.
know
Well,
I'm gonna
We'll
regret.
just have to wait till the next time I get hit on the head. No. It's not an excuse to get me hit on the head soon.
Depends if you said that out loud or not.
No, I didn't.
I mean, Dilly's always willing to please, especially if it.
Unless it was Varus, am I right? Anyway, what are we doing?
Well, what can we do? I mean, has everything just returned to normal now? I mean, they've just carted a body off, and
I feel like it's an
Dilly's
adventurous
moved out
tale.
of the way now. So
It's
It's
somewhat
pretty normal.
somber. You have opportunities available to you. Don't forget they've always offered the ability to pay you for every demon that you kill, or every
I
demon head
completely
that you
Forgot
return.
about that.
did as well actually. Make sure I write that down. Actually,
I've got it written down here somewhere. I mean, I really do have it written down somewhere.
it's.
I read it earlier, but for some reason I'm not seeing it.
Well, I'm gonna take this opportunity to go to the bathhouses.
I'm gonna go to the general store.
You keep going to that general store.
Well, I needed to check on my Maraca and it wasn't open. I had to go to the convenience.
Maraca.
The convenience
Some
store.
really weird cornet.
Oh yeah.
That's the
but-
point. I didn't Hansi get food poisoning from that cornetto.
I don't know. Hansi, what's your constitution?
Well, it's a bit late for that now, isn't it? I would have
Well, that's
slept
the
it
next
off.
morning. No, you just digest it.
curious. Just curious. What's your constitution?
Uh,
I mean, I can have a look if you don't want to give me. an answer.
13 is my constitution.
Yeah, you got good con. You're fine.
It's not bad actually. It's my second highest stat, I think.
Not woken up with morning sickness then.
No.
I mean, there's a reason she's off to the bathhouse first thing in the morning.
I wasn't saying that.
Anyway,
Yeah.
one is often.
Clearly, this is why Bill Nye struck out.
Obviously. Right. To the general store.
What does Kay want to do?
Claire's got Claire's like, meh. Where's the next adventure?
Kay's still just sat at the table by himself, going, "What?"
Eating breakfast.
I mean, if there are items that Kay would like, you can.
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
I'll tell Kay that I'm going to the general store if he wants to come with as well.
But someone's got to keep you out of trouble.
Well, I'm not very good at it myself.
Like, are there any toys you want for your character or anything like that? No, not those kind of toys, Dan.
Yeah, I'll leave Latuni to buy them for herself. She's a big girl.
But no, if there's anything that you want for your character, like this generally goes for everyone. If you kind of highlight things that you want your character to have in the game, I will pay attention to them.
I only have the 2 things.
I know, and they're both getting done. You
I
got
know.
your is being made, and you got your mask being done.
To be
Oh
honest.
shit! I forgot my mask was being done, but that was only a day ago, so
Yeah,
I won't
you
expect
got
that to be done.
before that.
It's not anything.
no.
really
Okay, so there's the
item-wise.
3rd thing as well.
And he's got his sword.
Yeah.
Vampire lady, I must pursue.
Okay, I'm not going to ask in what way.
In
you're
what
pursuing,
sense?
but,
You know
But
what?
yeah.
That's just gonna be one of my character side quests now. There we go. Adding
That's fine.
adding it to my traits and
I will develop a vampire character for your side quest.
fantastic. I want to find this lady that almost murdered our entire party and attempt to woo her.
Once bitten, always smitten.
Once bitten, twice shy.
No,
You
once
kept
bitten,
your
always
distance.
smitten.
It
You
was
still
the Vauxhall
got
advert, wasn't
my-
it? Once bitten, forever smitten.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, baby, do you recognize me? Well, it's been a year. Doesn't.
How
surprise
do you
me.
intend to find this vampire lady?
Right, so
I
we've got
can
a dead.
only assume back to the house that he wants to destroy. But
Well, we've got a dead body that's been
No,
attacked by
no,
some
no, no, no,
vampires.
no. We
follow-
haven't got a dead body. The landlord's got a dead body.
But-
He's
but
dealing
Actually,
with
technically
the
the
dead body.
guards
Not
have got-
our responsibility.
Vampires have murdered a person,
Still not our responsibility.
but if we follow the clues, or we don't even have to follow the clues, we could take the easy route out and follow the people following the clues, end up where we end up, kill the people following the clues, take the woman, run off.
Kill the town's guard.
Well, I mean, yeah. I'll do anything for love.
you now sound
You-
like Hansi playing Forest.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's taking an odd twist.
I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Really?
Very good.
Won't do what?
Murder the town guard, but I probably would.
No, I was saying, you just literally said you want to murder the people. Clues.
Pacifist, remember?
Yeah, pacifist.
Maybe that'll be
I
the
think-
turning
I
point in my
think-
character's arc.
I think every time you say pacifist, there should be air quotes with it.
I literally can hear him say it with the
Yeah.
echoes.
It's dripping with violence.
Pacifist, he says, pulling out a knife.
As the
Anyway.
knife is going deeper into the body, pacifist.
Pacifist. To the shop.
Shh, 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 shh. I was waiting for that.
Ding ding! There's
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
the bell as I enter the shop. I can imagine.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
Yeah, Murdoch T. Jones seems like the kind of guy that would have a doorbell. As in a bell on the door, not a ding dong. You know what I mean?
Murder because of the 18th. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, I've got his name down here.
And I shall, yes, do my sort of classic, sort of
So
burst
he's
in
like-
aggressively, but like, ta-da!
It was like, yeah, I'm getting the bits together. They'll be done by the end of the week.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, like you don't even ask the question. He just looks up at you and he's like, yeah.
Okay.
I got this. I got this.
Us.
Don't get your knickers in a twist. He's like really flustered. He's like working his ass off, and you just like walk in, and he's like, yeah.
That's fine. No time pressures. Well, some, but you know what I mean.
Stands
We're here
like,
for other provisions.
stands like the kids in the back of a car going, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there?"
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
roll me a persuasion.
I am there for other provisions.
Yeah, but roll me a persuasion. I want to figure out if you can calm him down. Oh yeah, you can calm
I
him
have
down.
+9 for persuasion.
Yeah, but you could have just rolled a 1.
I was gonna
Unless-
say you
unless
could have
I-
rolled a
unless
nat
I
one.
nat- Unless I nat 1 my persuasion, I'm pretty much good. 90%.
But yeah, so he could have, because he could have been really stroppy. He could have been like, "Oh, get off my fucking case! I'm doing."
Oh, now
It's
I've gotta
2
find
weeks
other
now.
Things.
But no, so yeah. So
Other than
yeah, you calm him down, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, just really busy." But yeah, I'm getting it done. It's all on schedule.
How's the wife, Murdoch?
He's like, "Well, she wanted me to make her some, let's say, personal items, and it didn't work out. Splinter's got like in the wrong place. Let's just say I'm in the bad books for a bit."
We've all been there, buddy. It's okay.
Yeah, it's
It'll get better, you know.
tough week for me. I'm feeling a bit stressy about it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Splinter's in the wrong.
Say, did you say you make personal items?
Yeah.
Well,
Wait a second.
could I add to my order? It's not for me. It's for a friend. It's
He air quotes for a friend. All right. Yeah.
for a friend.
Wow.
As we don't mind about the splinters. It doesn't need to be a masterpiece. Something says it. But yeah, if you
It's
could,
like
if you
it's
could-
that's a good job because like recent history says that I haven't got that bit mastered.
Well, maybe it gives you an excuse to practice for your wife. So
That's very considerate. Thank you.
add one of those to the order, and we'll see where that goes. Well, I hope I don't see where that goes, but
So, what sort of thing are you after? Like the old ball and chain, or something a bit more discreet?
well, I need a new bedroll because I got rid of mine, and I could do with some general things. You know, general adventuring things that you buy from an adventure general store.
He's kind of looking at you, going,
Doesn't narrow
um.
down. Need a bit more
Need a-
specific.
He's like,
Bedroll, a lady's toy,
he's like,
some rope,
like,
A li-
rope,
yeah, length of rope, some candles would be good.
10-foot pole.
Jesus Christ! All of these items together do not add up well.
Think of other.
I do
Should
like
I-
the idea that in D&D is the only situation where, on a bog standard backpack, everyone has a 10-foot pole. It's like, how the fuck does it fit in there?
Football.
Really?
Yeah,
Like a
it's like in old school D&D, 10-foot pole, standard adventuring gear. Everyone has one.
It's a tent pole. You pull it out the
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
and then use it to vault crevices.
Yeah, 10-foot pole. Everyone had one.
And have you got any sort of opaque cloth? Bandagey type, but something you couldn't see through.
Is it mullion? Is it call it?
Felt, something like that, yeah.
Well, not felt. More.
Soft but okay.
like. More like. I will think of the name of it in a second. Oh, it's what they wear in like hot places.
I know what
Like-
I know what you're thinking of. I can't think of it.
Yeah, I know the stuff. Anyway, so
not as coarse as hemp, but
Yeah.
it's cotton in a loose weave.
so how much we're looking at for my rope candles? Opaque bandage material?
Let's see. A backpack and contents generally would cost 49 GP. So if you're asking for about a quarter of the content, you're talking 12.
Ideal. I'll call it 12 because that's fucking expensive. Okay. I'll give him 12 GP and take my adventure.
Yeah, he replaces the hempen rope with like the better type of rope. I can't remember what it is. Is it like silk rope or something? I can't remember, but it's the one that doesn't weigh like a shit ton.
Ideal.
And would you like a crowbar or a grapple?
Ooh. I'll look at Varys and say, we've got a crowbar there, so a grapple sounds lovely.
I mean, one or the other, not both, but yeah. So
No, that's what I'm saying. Varys is our crowbar.
fair enough.
Wait, what?
So yeah.
Varys, open that door.
so yeah, he swaps the crowbar for a grapple. You've got bandages, probably six bandages.
Okay.
What else was it you wanted?
Candles.
Yep, you can have like a pack of 10 candles.
You really are trying to woo this vampire, aren't you?
They
Hey, man.
they come wrapped in or they come
Wax
like
paper.
bundled paper wrapped in string to keep them bundled together.
Hmm. Don't suppose you have any dried rose petals?
Jesus Christ.
He's like, no, but there is a
Florist?
Or, actually, a blank book. A journal. Or something like that. Or would there be a library near?
He's like, oh, no, I don't have that. You might want to go to the wizard school for that.
Well, I need to go there at some point anyway, so thank you very much for your time.
School might be a good idea. I could use some scrolls, spell scrolls.
So he said about the petals.
Yes.
There's like where would you buy seeds from? Like, because it's there's like a nursery.
Florist or
There's like a nursery,
Yeah.
but not for buying plants or flowers. But they do sell like seeds, so they might be able to help you out.
Okay. I'll say to Varys, is there anything you need from here, or?
Nah, I'm looking for scrolls, spell scrolls.
Okay, I suppose we're off to.
Feel like it's something we could use if we're going to go back into this mansion of doom.
Indeed.
I'm gonna have a quick look to see how clerics can use scrolls, because I don't actually know.
Okay.
Try and read it. It's not clear. I don't think like wizards, but
While we're on our way to there, is Hansy going to do anything?
I've gone to the bathhouse just to freshen up and have a soak and contemplate the recent ongoings and what my next move is. As one of the only people, well, one of the main people who had some sort of knowledge on my part of my quest is dead. Although I think most of the information I got was from good old Flubberbeard. So
You've already got the information you need on the keep to visit, so yeah.
I'm just kind of like soaking in a tub, just contemplating what my next move is.
Nice.
And how I want to go about it, because I haven't decided if I'm going to go solo on that part of the mission or not. So yeah, I'm just mulling over the recent events, the mansion, the murder, I'm trying to just piece things together. Especially due to the fact that vampires attacked us, and yet vampires, funnily enough, killed the person whose house we are at. It all seems very much connected. So, yeah, just cogs are turning while I'm soaking.
Hey up, son.
I was going to say something, but I had a mouthful of Coke.
Wow. That's meant to go up your nose, not.
Oh, fuck, is that where I've been going wrong all this time? My bad.
Well, that's one of the ways. I've heard of other
No.
ways.
I mean, some
I
people
mean-
put it under their gums and stuff. Or on their gums.
No, he just got one of the letters wrong, that was all.
Hmm?
It's kind of one of them moments you wish you had a tumbleweed sound.
No,
Just
I
let
like, the
that
fact
one-
that, I like the fact that you got it and you're like, I refuse.
I refuse to acknowledge that I got it.
Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame.
Well, you know, he was the one with the coke in his mouth. And, you know, it's not necessarily shame. I mean, if it's his thing, then that's fine.
Anyway,
The fact that he keeps ignoring all his office ladies, kind of makes me think it is.
Oh yeah, how's
How is Barbie?
hey,
That's Barbie.
made it very clear that we do not discuss said matters on my streams, yeah?
We don't.
Life in plastic is
I th-
fantastic.
I thought we just didn't mention the A word.
Any of it.
Well, no one expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Anyway, back to D&D.
Back to the future.
How is Bill Nye?
The science guy.
Dunno. You tell me. You had more to do with him than I
Show the
did.
stars. You know. The chemical compounds you two could have made.
That's a very delicate way to put it, Terry.
Chemical reactions that would have produced.
Yeah. All those explosive scenarios that could have occurred.
We get it. Enough with the sexual innuendos.
Enduring.
So, what's next?
To the back cave.
You'll have to leave town for that.
It's a bad cave.
I think
Yeah, the
Gotham's that
well,
way.
the first cave we ever went into had bats in it.
It did. So I had
I'm not
rats.
trekking halfway across the land just to go back to that cave.
Why not? We've got a horse now. It'll take half the
It will still take time.
time. Fair.
Are bats
Um,
still usually associated with vampires as well, or is that still...
I don't think they transform
Yes.
it.
Yes, it is.
Bats?
So what you're trying to say is we disturbed the vampires back in our first story, first
No,
adventures.
more of a case of
And they've
if
been
we
following
find
us ever since.
bats, we may find vampires.
We'll just go back to the location.
It's weird because I know somebody who goes by the nickname of Bats.
IRL?
Is his first name?
Yeah,
Bruce?
in real life.
Alright.
So it's like the idea of just following bats to find vampires. I'm like, what do bats ever do to
Do
you
they,
guys?
do they introduce themselves in a low and musky voice?
No.
Do they ask, where is she? A lot. Do they go, swear to me?
No.
Okay. Missed opportunities.
I love it how
She's generally
Stan...
quite well behaved, yeah.
I love how Stan's answers are so flat and just straight to no.
Just
No.
no. Why would they do that? Oh, I was gonna go to the shop. Oh, I've got a Rocky Road in my bag.
You just went to the shop.
No, in real life, you fucking
Oh.
dipshit.
Fuck you.
Me and we just got letter shop on our way to the wizard school to get.
I meant in real life, you fucking dipshit.
What?
I meant
What?
right to the wizard tower.
Kay, do you have access to books other than the player's handbook?
I have
For example.
access to whatever you've uploaded. So I got players. I got
You
PDF
got
of the player's
Xanathar's.
handbook.
Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
No,
I think that's only me.
I think I do a lot of my stuff just Google stuff. So it's a case of whatever people have posted online.
Okay,
Xanathar's is
in that case that'll be
available.
fine, because you'll be able to Google that. That is fine. Just needed to
Oh,
check
I just
what I
go
have
onto
available
your,
to me.
Your drive because you've got it there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's there, what's not. So.
Yeah, Hansi put it up there.
Yeah, I think I put Xanathars in the other one.
Groovy. So, what you doing next?
How are people for time-wise as well?
Slowing down, but
I've
I've got a bit.
I'll give it another 10 minutes and then.
Yeah, so call it at
and
half
then
past.
We'll wrap it up. Yeah.
That's fair. I thought I'd double check before we get too heavily or deep into something. If we.
Yeah, it's just that I prefer to do something else before I call it a
Mhm.
night.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah. No, that's cool.
And as I don't want to be up much more than about 11, half 11, then
Yeah,
that gives
that's
me a bit of time.
That's fair. So these two are off to the wizard school or tower. I'm assuming. I could be wrong.
Yeah, sure, that's where we're off to.
Yep, you can go to the wizard's tower. You
Just seeing if they
get
got
to
any
the door.
scrolls.
You get to the door at the bottom, big oak door, like a rope to pull for the doorbell.
Shotgun. Ding dong.
Ding dong, what is that? What the
Pull the big old.
You hear footsteps running down the stairs. A student opens the door.
Sup. I'm looking for a book.
I'm looking for scrolls, spell scrolls.
But more importantly, I'm looking for a book.
So
But these scrolls could help
so
us
so he
survive.
responds. He responds well to Varys, like, "Well, you've come to the right place for scrolls. We definitely have plenty of those." And then he looks at you and he was like, "Well, I mean, you could start with a dictionary."
Fuck you, kid.
Don't piss off the wizardy kid.
I just want a fucking book, man. Like,
I mean,
Fuck.
that kid could turn you into a toad, you know.
It's like, what kind of book, man?
just a blank book.
You want an empty book? Well, that
Oh.
makes a lot of sense.
I'll
Empty
fucking
book,
twat
empty
you with the
head.
empty book. No. Yeah, I just need an empty book. That's why I was told to come here to get one. You're gonna stop being a little shit and show me where I can get an empty book.
Hmm.
I've seen a dead
The,
body this morning, kid. Just want an empty book.
I was dissecting a body this morning. What's your point?
You chose to do
Name
that.
Bluebeard?
Fucking woke up in the morning, dead body.
Wizard student learning all the shit. Finds dead body. Yeah.
Don't give a shit. I want an empty book.
I'm sensing
He's
some.
like- He's like, go upstairs, see Flubberbeard.
Thanks. I will just walk upstairs.
I'm sensing some, some just like brick wallness here.
Yeah, this kid's a little
So,
bitch.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of you. You little bitch.
Oh no, I'm being a brick wall here. I'm not
So I
interested.
take
I
it.
just
So I
wanna
take
put-
it you've just wandered up the stairs.
Yeah, I've let myself in.
He gestures for Varys to come in.
Ah, yeah, I'm coming.
Cool. He just puts his hand out to stop you from walking up the stairs.
I was about to say, I'm gonna say back and don't try any shit with the slide. I'm not in the mood.
it's too late. Like you're like 10 foot
If I'm
up the
prepared
stairs.
for it though, if I'm expecting it because I was, can I roll advantage?
Really? Was you expecting it though? Be
Yes, I
honest.
was.
Now you will.
I'm not gonna give you advantage, but you can definitely roll.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics will do.
That's a really good roll.
As soon as you said you were going to the Wizard's Tower, I saw this coming.
So did I. I just wanted a fucking empty book, and his little dick is just being an ass.
I'd muted myself at this point because I was just typing up some notes, and then just hearing you fucking going back and forth with this apprentice. That's funny.
I just.
I
wanted
just
to
said-
say
I
you've
said
got
to him,
yourself
I-
to blame.
I'm here for a book. I don't want to punch a kid, but I might Dissident Whispers one.
What?
You end up like just sliding down. Like you don't get to stop. You just end up straight back at the bottom. The kid's just laughing, and he calls up the stairs. And he was like, "Mr. Flubberbeard, people here to see you." And he's laughing all the way, and he just starts walking up the stairs once the steps come back.
Can I press the button?
You can try. Roll an Arcana.
Yeah. Just an Arcana check to see whether I can press the button.
It's a lever, so you pull on the lever and roll an Arcana.
I was thinking of it. I think I'm actually going to decide against it because Flubberbeard is currently coming down the stairs.
No, that has been said actually. So, because it's the kid. walking up
Flubberbeard
the
was
stairs.
called for. The kids walked up the stairs.
So, what about you think Flubber's gonna walk down the stairs? He's there waiting in his room.
I'm just gonna walk up the stairs after the kid.
No, let's see.
The kid turns off halfway up the stairs, goes into one of the classrooms, and yeah, that doesn't tell you whether or not you need to keep going up or.
Well, we've
anything.
already been to Flubberbeard's office, so I'm just gonna go up to the top.
I'm waiting for the stairs to go again.
I was so tempted to actually murder a kid just then. Like,
I could tell by the venom in your
I've
voice.
never been more riled up by D&D than I was in that minute just then. Like, I was feeling genuine distaste towards this kid. Like, if my character wasn't a pacifist then, if I was playing some fucking orc barbarian, that kid would currently have a cleaver in them. Like, I'd have just been like,
no,
fuck you!
let's get this right. You would have attempted to get the cleaver.
I'd have actually probably punched him, but you know what I mean.
You mean like that
I
family
wasn't
we
going
met
to
on the
commit
road?
murder, but I was definitely going to deck him.
There's a difference between that kid and that family he attempted to murder. That family did nothing.
I mean,
They
technically,
looked at me
It was
funny.
cold-blooded.
They looked at me funny!
I kind of get
You
it.
got anger issues, dude.
I had that same kind of feeling towards that kid in the first town when I went to go see the wizard, and that kid kept laughing at me when I was trying to work out that there was a doorbell right next to me, and I was playing around with the fucking lights.
Yeah.
I wanted
Anyway.
to deck that kid.
For Flubberbeard's office, before we run out of time,
Before you run out of patience.
that too.
Okay, so
do
you
do,
got
do
to
I spot
Flubberbeard's
a lever
office?
halfway up next to the kid?
No, there's like a lever at the top and a lever at the bottom.
Ah,
Please
okay.
pull the lever, Varys. You're probably quite good with Arcana.
I wouldn't do that to Stan. I wouldn't do that to Skull.
Okay. So knock on Flubberbeard's door.
You do.
I mean, fuck Rocky Road. Fuck you all. Durka Durka?
That's nice. I need to figure out the cost of scrolls.
I suppose he
Is
buys.
anybody going to answer this door, or am I just stood there?
they are these scrolls with actual spells on it, or just blank scrolls?
With spells on it.
With spells on it. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of try and see if I can grab a few before we go back to
What?
this.
Hard just to get.
Before we go back to this
fucking bow.
vampire-infested mansion.
Oh wow, they are not cheap.
No, they're like
Yeah.
thousands. Scrolls are thousands.
Because they're
I think the
instant.
cheapest one is about 24, 25 gold.
No.
That's for a cantrip.
Well, because I'm gonna consider them to be one-off uses.
That's why they're more
Like
expensive.
you use the scroll and then it just vanishes, and well, it's saying like a cantrip is 50 gold. Well, I figure if the scroll's gonna vanish the moment you've used it, 50 gold's a bit steep.
Oh, it's potions that
So,
are really expensive, aren't
No,
they?
I'm looking at a D&D a Reddit post.
No, I was thinking
and
something
I
else.
don't agree with their pricing. I think it's a bit steep. So
I'm a kind god.
well, I just want it to be realistic. Like
Yeah, sort of like. Was that scribing? Not selling. Sure, I read it on the following page or something like.
Because I can't
25.
remember. I thought the reason they were more expensive is because I thought with scrolls, because they're instantaneous, it didn't matter if you were proficient in that skill or not. It was just anyone can pick up a scroll.
well, you
That's
don't
why-
need. Apparently, if you've got a scroll,
Mm.
you don't have to have the components,
Yeah.
which can mean that depending on the spell,
Yeah. It's a lot.
you like for example, a resurrection spell, you need 3,000 GPs worth of diamond, and it's like, well, if you had a scroll for that, then you don't need 3,000 GPs of diamond. So obviously, that's going to make a huge amount of sense. But for something like a cantrip,
Yeah.
for me, even 50 GP is a bit steep for
Mm.
a one-off cantrip. That seems a bit crap. So I'll be quite happy to looking at some of the spells I'm looking at the moment for your levels, and depending on what they do, I'll vary the price on at that level. So, right, what are you saying to the wizard? He's
He
like,
opens the
hello. Well, yeah, he opens the door. Well, no, he doesn't.
The door opens.
A magical hand has the door opens, and then you just see like a magical hand vanish into thin air.
Also a visible magic hand.
Yeah, mage hand is visible.
Oh, it's unseen servant, is it?
Correct.
Oh, I'll respond in a also light-hearted sort of. Hello.
You
Love a
calm down
beard.
quick.
Good to see you. Well, I'm now talking to somebody I like, as opposed to a little ratty cunt.
Yeah, I see you were playing with my student.
Well, I had something to say to that, but I can't think of what it was. So it'll be
Playing. Yeah, the student was definitely
Yes.
playing. I agree with that.
the student was.
So Flubberbeard is going to turn around, look at you squarely in the eyes, and say, "It's good that you can take a joke as well as dish it out."
I generally can. Not in the mood this morning.
He's a bit grumpy. He got off on the
He,
wrong side of bed.
He leaves it at that. He doesn't push it any further. He just leaves it at. He has essentially made a statement.
I completely
Mhm.
forgot how much of a shit stirrer Faris is.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
problem. I'm not playing him like he should be played.
I think you're playing him like your true character, so.
I'm playing him like I would play him, and I'm
I
not,
didn't
not
start off
playing
by
him,
joking though. That's the problem. He wasn't making a joke at originally. He was just being a dick. Like the kid was just being a dick, and then tossed me down the stairs after I said I couldn't be fucked with dealing with his shit this morning. The kid was just being a dick.
I think you did start it.
I'll say to Flubberbeard, that's what I was going to say. Well, I see you teach them well in the arts of stair tripping and sarcastic wit.
Well, the wit comes generally from the high intelligence and having less tolerance for the dim-witted. Unfortunately, it tends to be a trait of wizards. I try to disencourage that kind of behavior, but it happens, I'm afraid. Otherwise, yes, the whole slide thing. It's something they learn once they become a suitably proficient wizard.
Seems to be a common feature around this place. I mean, if you've got it installed, you may as well use it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you saw how amusing it was last time you were here.
Well,
Yeah, I believe you did laugh. You laughed very loudly.
no, me? Never. Everything's always funny when you're not on the receiving end, isn't it?
From
It's
the
very true.
bathhouse, my ears just kind of prick up. I'm like, hmm?
But alas, I said, I gather that you heard our conversation downstairs, so you know I am here.
Indeed. And considering your mood and temperament, you're not really gonna like what I have to say.
You have no blank books.
Oh, we do. It's just who you're gonna have to go see to get one.
Is it the kid?
Well, you're gonna end up in that classroom, yeah. I don't keep the
That's-
books up here; they're downstairs in the room.
That's fine. It's just, if only he could have told me that originally.
Well, he's not. Without being given permission, he can't just give out stuff like that. Otherwise, everyone would be here looking for
For a
odds
book.
and sods. Yeah, they
Good
don't
point.
come. They don't come cheap. So,
Ah, this is true. Speaking of, how much would I owe you for the?
1 GP.
That's fine.
I mean, to you that might not be expensive, but to the
But
to the muggle in
yeah,
to the muggle in the street, that's quite costly.
that cost is suitable for my needs. So here you are.
Thank you
Sure.
very much. How many do you want?
Just the one. It was is fine.
Have you tried looking in a mirror?
So yeah, so
I what?
Nothing. Sparrow's just like
What is-
listening to himself.
I completely that joke.
yeah, I don't
went
get the ref.
my
Yeah, I
head,
didn't get the reference either.
Yeah.
But there we go.
Anyway,
A blank
Yes.
book.
Just the
Looking
one
in the
book.
mirror. You're a book.
Oh, the kid was gonna make comments about reading a book by its cover and all that sort of shit, but
Varys just where he started it.
I feel like Skullduggery is actually going to kill someone. I just can't tell if it's going to be Varys or
I'm
this
just
kid.
struggling very hard to play a light-hearted character today. 'Cause shit off couple of weeks, but But
so
yeah.
so the book's down like where that kid went into the classroom, and then he
Ideal.
looks to Varys and he's like, what can I do for you?
Well, I'm looking for some scrolls. Got to say,
So- He's well, I don't have a lot. I got a couple.
good, sir. Good,
What,
sir.
what kind of thing are you after? I mean, clearly you're a cleric of some description, so you after healing spells? Are you after some damage output? What are you after?
Well, I feel like we're going to be going after some vampires soon, so we need something a bit damaging, liberating, just to deal with them. The ilk.
I have just the thing. I have the perfect item for you. They're gonna cost you about 10 gold apiece.
Mm-hmm.
They are unfortunately single use. The moment you've read the scroll, they shrivel up and disappear. I would let go of them once you've read them. If I was you, you might singe your fingers. But yes, I have just the thing for you.
What have you got?
He goes scratching around, and he's like, I know this is only a cantrip, but I think you're gonna like it. And he's rummaging around. He's like, oh no, not that one, not that one. I know I've got one here somewhere. He's like, but never mind, because I can always get some students to make some if I don't have some.
Okay.
And he digs out 3 scrolls, and he says, they're all the same, and it's this. And he hands you a scroll, and etched across the top, you see Word of Radiance. Now, if you Google Word of Radiance, you will see that it's not huge damage, but it's radiant damage. And as you gain levels, because I can't remember, are you 4th or 5th at the moment?
Level 4.
And he's like, and once you get just that little bit better, the damage is going to go up. I reckon you'll be doing like twice as much damage. Yeah. So depending on what you can afford, he can supply some radiance damage for you, which would be perfect for the likes of vampires.
Oh yes, that definitely sounds good. Anything that generates sunlight?
Well, see, this is radiant damage, so it doesn't generate like continual sunlight. But the reason it's good against vampires is because the radiant damage acts as sunlight, so they take double damage.
Okay, well, that's very good. Well, say 10 gold apiece. I'll take 3 of them. All 3 of them.
Brilliant. So he'll hand those over. He's like, thank you. That helps us fund fresh materials for the students. Perfect. What we like to see.
Good. Anything I can help with. It's
I will have a. He's like, I will have another rummage around, just because I'm gonna dip into another book and have a. Have you been able to Google Word of Radiance?
Yeah, I haven't got very much detail on it yet. Yeah, I'm just still looking there. These spells, I've described it. Oh yeah. D6, then 2d6s, and 11th level 3d6. Ooh.
Trying to see if there's anything that's going to be useful to you.
I'm back.
Yeah, I think we're nearly done anyway. Yeah, that's all he's got for you. So, for dealing with vampires, that's all he can do for you at the moment.
Well, what do I have to do then? Thank you very much, Sir Wizard.
I was like, that's all right. He's like, how would you like to descend the stairs? Do you want to use the stairs or the slide?
Well, surprise us.
Well, I have to make a stop halfway down, so.
I thought you were already on your way down, but okay.
Oh, well, I can be. I'll already be on my way down then. Or someone will probably be there by the time they've had that.
Yeah, you've left the room, so I can go say,
Well, I was
Just
hanging
flip it
around
for
for
him.
the
Flip
discussion
it for
about
him.
scrolls, but
Oh, okay. Then fine. Well, he'll wait for you to go into the classroom to get your scrolls, to get your book. So yeah. What are you doing?
me?
Yeah.
I'm walking into the classroom. I'll open the door. Is there a teacher present?
Sure.
Some
Yeah.
authoritative figure?
Yeah, there's someone stood at the front of the class who appears to be lecturing the students. There's like a pause in their lecture where you can they kind of like look at you and say, "Yes, can I help you?"
I've been sent by Flubberbeard to collect a book. A blank book.
Ah, a blank book.
Indeed.
What would you like to use this book for?
Self-reflection.
Oh, I get it. I don't know.
Is this for is this for writing? Is this for
Yeah,
artistic
I was about to say,
purposes?
For yeah, well, will be for writing and artistic purposes. Just more of a day-to-day robust journal.
So he calls to one of the students. He was like, "One of the faint-lined books, please."
Faint.
Yeah, so basically, there's nice faint lines on the thing, so it's good for writing. You can also draw over the top. It's like,
You never had one of them faint-lined like.
No,
Cool.
yeah, no, I do know what a faint line book is. It just didn't clock in my head. I thought the book itself was lined for some reason because I was thinking about covers of books. So I thought you said felt lined, and I was like, what? You get a felt lined book?
sure, it's got a felt cover to it. How about that?
I need a hard cover to it.
Yeah, it's hardcover, but it's also
Fluffy.
it's also
Okay,
Yeah.
I've got a very nice journaling
yes.
book.
This is high quality book. This is why
This
it's
is exactly what I needed.
High
I
quality.
all your
needed
personal
a
feelings
good,
and
a
thoughts
good
in.
book. Yes.
you see this book like just float across the classroom, and you see the lecturer all of a sudden look concerned, then loudly clears their throat and stares at a student you might recognize.
Hmm.
And the book suddenly slows down and gently, like, just hovers in front of you, waiting for you to take it.
I shall collect the book. Compliment the one their parlor trick.
And then flip them off.
Well, calling it a parlor trick when they've just clearly demonstrated the use of telekinesis is a massive fuck. And then thank the lecturer and leave.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let
Right,
you go down the stairs
if
first.
you're a wizard competent enough to use telekinesis and somebody calls that a parlor trick, it's sort of like a,
Yeah,
go
that is
fuck yourself, kid. Stop showing off.
yeah.
I was tempted to say I can do parlor tricks too.
Dissonant
magic.
whispers, bang. Head explodes.
I can do-
You're wearing robes, aren't cloak. To
I'm
your
wearing
robes.
my yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
my standard attire.
Yeah,
It's like-
that's fine.
Does Varys notice a funny-looking lever on the way past it, in the
I
way you
shall.
go through the door?
Yes,
No,
I shall.
because there's one at the top and one at the bottom. There's not
Ah,
one.
So,
Anyway.
thank the lecturer for his time and say, sorry for disturbing your lecture, and then leave.
So the door closes,
Hmm.
and you hear from behind the door, "I thought that was very rude. You'd better not notice."
I feel like there's something on my back. There's a
Does
kidney
Varys see
sign or
something
something,
back on
isn't
his
there?
back?
If I've heard it, I'd probably check for it.
I was going to say, roll me a perception.
Not me, Varys.
Both of you. Yeah.
Well, are you waiting for me at the top of the stairs, or did
Well,
you
no,
start?
I was basically, I'm behind you at the moment. I'm sort of like,
Oh, did you follow me into the classroom?
yeah, I followed you, but
Oh,
keeping an
right.
eye on you because I could sense you're a little bit on edge. So like,
Sense your murderous rage.
yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Neither of you notice for a good few minutes. So after you've left the tower, where are you going after you've left the tower? Actually, I know what happens. Wherever it is you're going after you leave the tower, there's a slight puddle, and you notice that as you walk through one of the puddles, there is like a hissing noise.
Oh, right, so you set fire
and-
to my cloak.
and suddenly there's some steam coming up from the floor, and you notice it's not as though it's been like thoroughly damaged or anything, but you do notice some slight singeing on the bottom of your cloak.
Can't be bothered to deal with the situation. That's out of character. Because I feel like my character would go and throw an absolute shitstorm at this student for this. But this evening I really can't be fucked to, so I'm just
Well, I think we're gonna call it there.
thinking of
Anyway.
calling
So
it there. Cause
if you want to throw us,
I'll see how I'm feeling next week and whether I want to have a stop.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
make?
the
Do you want me to make note of it?
I'll remember, because it's like the cloak's sort of like part of my persona.
Oh,
So
true.
that's a fuck off insult.
Skullduggery will remember
just make him
this.
pay for the fucking
a
thing.
trick is as opposed to saying
Yes, but he's already being a twat.
Okay, it's a little bit of both sides here. It's both sides here. Both sides are doing it to each other here.
But one is damaging, and the other's just being
One
a bit.
has a school full of friends and a teacher that will quite easily destroy you.
Yeah,
That's why he's going to do it next week.
indeed.
Next week on D&D.
Grab a town guard and say. Grab a
Grab
town guard and be like, yeah, one of the students has just set fire to my personal belonging. Can we come and have a discussion with him?
I thought you were going to say go to the town guard and say there's been another murder. Just to give you a heads up, if you want to prevent
Just to give
it.
you a heads up, in about an hour's time, there might be a murder at the Wizard's Tower.
Or am I?
It's fine, I have a tailor's kit in my bag and nothing to do in my evening next week, so I think, so I'll probably just fix the cloak myself and call it quits.
It's more of a principle issue than a.
Yeah. I think I'll just take the L on this one. I got the book that I went for. Flubberbeard effectively apologised for the fact that his student's a bit of a prick, so
Cool.
call it quits. But yes, next I will head off to some green space. Is where I'm heading after that, but you can do that.
I think we established the only library in town was in the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've already been there.
Cool.
Yes.
Well, seems like a good place to stop.
Indeed.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining me again tonight. It's been a long overdue
Always a
session.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, we will be back on track for more regulars.
Yeah, sorry your Christmas present was so late, Hansi.
Wait,
Wait, what?
Bill Nye's.
Still not, yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad. I forgot that was his Christmas present.
Very much
Did you save the
appreciated.
world?
Oh dear. Well, thank you very much for joining me tonight, folks. We will be back next week for some more Dad's Island. Maybe some more murder. Who knows? And I will be on later on in the week for some of my usual streaming, so I will catch you then. Thank you very much again, guys. I will see you around.
Right.
Freaky bye.